and officially declare the first ever RPC Community Tabletop Game Night open.
Let's go, baby.
Chat, if you want to provide, color commentary and text and/or pick funny cowboy music for us to deal with, go for it. Just keep it space cowboy themed, please. And
yeah. Don't spam Big Iron.
If any of you post Ram Ranch, Spambot, please ban them forever.
If somebody posts Ram Ranch, they instantly
I had a Lancer campaign where spamming Ram Ranch happened so often it became a fucking plot point. So no more of that.
You look around and 200 FBI agents are invading the ranch.
Yes. All right.
Ram Ranch. I don't know, I have rhythm like permanent.
Oh, I can't stream to this channel. That's a problem. I was hoping to.
That is show stuff.
It's
blaring, blaring. Fix the perms, blaring.
Please, my perms. We can cut this out in post. Oh no.
So how the hell do we get? How the hell do we actually get in? How the hell do we actually get in?
God.
Do I just hit launch game?
Yes.
Okay, I'm launching the game.
Okay, if the audience can't see the screen, they're not missing all that much. It's just like flavor art, basically.
I just muted. I was saying I would terms.
Thank you.
It was early in the morning when he rode into the town.
All right. Oh, Roll20's doing something. Okay. Can all see? Great. Okay. So, it is the distant space future, somewhere out on a frontier, if there is one. You are all our party of criminals, weirdos, and vagabonds, either residents of or recent arrivals on the casino planet of Balagia. The Cult of Fortune settled this place a few generations ago, and have made vast amounts of money siphoning, the disposable income of generations upon generations of pilgrims who've come here ever since, he calls himself a cardinal, but he's not really a cardinal. Ever since Cardinal Siegel came here and claimed that the god of fortune, or the goddess of fortune, there's some debate on that, spoke to him out in the wilderness and told him to build upon this rock a casino to rival the galaxy. But suffice it to say, you've arrived in the City of Fortune, the capital and really only city proper on Balagia, and have, through various somewhat shady means, been summoned to, of all places, a slightly seedy restaurant in one of the more comfortably middle-class districts of the city. The place is all brick. It's comfortably built, lots of shady booths in the dark with places for people to talk quietly, and out front, underneath a cloth canopy, it bears the name Lorenzo's. And the invitations you all received told you to gather at Lorenzo's at give or take 9 o'clock sharp on like a Space Tuesday. It is Space Tuesday in the Space Week. So let's describe to me how you sort of pull up in front of this space Italian restaurant, you wacky adventurers, you.
Oh, it's Italian? I was hoping I'd get some fucking beer, dude.
It's called Lorenzo's.
Well, I was expecting maybe Mexican or some shit, man. Get some good old cerveza.
I mean, you're still outside. You haven't even checked the menu. If you'd like to peruse the menu by the door, feel free. I'm
gonna go look at the menu at the door, try and see if there's any alcohol.
The wine list seems to be quite extensive, and it does, like in a little footnote, mention that they serve a variety of local beers and beer equivalents. But it seems pretty heavy on the wine, pretty heavy on the vino, and like about 30 or 40 different varieties of pasta.
Yeah, you know what? Fucking wine's for elves and tree bitches. I'm gonna hold my sad little beer butt for now.
But yeah, let's go through. Erik Sturmsson, describe to me how how does Erik Sturmsson arrive at a restaurant?
I mean, as a biker dwarf, kind of looks in, looks for the ale, and is disappointed that there is no ale, and now he's waiting for the rest of the shitters in his party to come on in.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna pull up in an old clunker that will, frankly, beat down in the next few minutes.
Oh, right, I got to start with car. I'm sorry, I forgot to describe that. Go ahead, Gibbon. We'll say I walked here.
And hop on out, take my keys, and it's probably gonna start smoking and not look too good. Make some clunking noises.
Yeah, you see already waiting outside the bar some manner of space dwarf in traditional space dwarven costume, accompanied by a big clunky looking bike, who seems to be perusing the menu and seems personally insulted by its contents. If the diners on the small patio outside the restaurant, notice anything odd about this, they don't speak up. This is Bellagio. Street theater happens all the time.
Can't believe there's no ale here, man. Just what kind of stuck up some bitch drinks wine? I swear.
You're not a fan of the wine?
I'm an ale man myself. Gotta get some ale, gotta get some booze, something hard. They probably dilute this wine to make it a bit more palatable, like some kind of aristocrat.
I wouldn't knock it before
Can I get a cup of milk?
All I need is my back.
Says the young lady who smells slightly of burning, who sidles up to you, who I presume is Marissa here.
Can I have a cup of milk?
Are you asking me?
He hasn't even been introduced yet. What the hell?
Yes, there aren't any waiters attending to you. You're just gathering outside this Italian restaurant in a shady part of town.
I'm here to get some work. I've gotten my letter. I'm here to get some work. Y'all here? I presume y'all are here for the same purpose, given our not being aristocratic shitters, drinking wine.
I just want a cup of milk.
Are you?
Hi. Hello.
Who? Do I know you?
No. Yes? Hi.
Nah.
I'm Marissa.
Where do I know you from?
I saw your face.
Where'd you see my
Before.
face?
Excellent.
Somewhere.
Were you that scallywag?
Oh no. I don't know.
I think you were.
Maybe.
I think I saw you.
Yes.
You were being chased by some sort of
Samurai?
ninja.
Samurai, yeah. I am.
No, it's a ninja.
Yeah. It was a samurai. I think.
I don't think so.
As
Okay.
this discussion continues, the fourth member of our troop pulls up. Take it away, person who hasn't been introduced yet. Have you?
His mic is not working.
Oh, is it better now?
Oh,
There.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, 1 second.
Take it away, Jhonniebird.
Alright, so I'm gonna I'm gonna pull up, like, in my ship, just kind of, like, as far away enough from the bar so you can, like, kind of see it, but far away enough that nobody knows it's mine, really. And I'm gonna kind of saunter on over, notice, like, the three of them just sort of chat and be like, "Alright, mice, what's up with you three?"
I'm just here for work. I got a good old letter here. I'm trying to get my job and get some good old dollaroonies.
Goofy?
I know what you mean, mate.
I think someone wants me to blow up, or blow something up. Who are you?
Better blow up than blow something, am I right?
No.
Jhonniebird, that's what they call me.
Jhonniebird.
Jhonniebird.
That's That's so weird. man.
You've all heard of Jhonniebird. If any of you are locals, you've heard of Jhonniebird. He's like, wherever Jhonniebird goes, trouble seems to follow. He makes a small living getting paid by local businesses to stay away. And it's rumored he gets up to all kinds of unsavory bullshit in the wasteland. Nothing specific, but like, oh, it's Jhonniebird. Oh.
Ah, yeah. Pretty as a peacock. That's
So
why they
they
call me
got
Jhonniebird.
you to come in here.
Interesting. All right. So what's bringing you all here today? I'm just here to get some work. I've been told to meet here.
At this,
Some rich bloke wanted me here. Usually it's the other way around. But
the
yeah.
front door of the restaurant slams open, and a well-dressed young gentleman sort of stalks out in the street, looks left and right quickly, and says, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. All right, look, you're bringing down the property values. Get inside. Come on, the boss wants to talk to you."
What?
All
Alrighty.
right.
All right.
Sounds good. Let's get on in.
Get a little chilly out here.
He ushers you into a dimly lit sort of anteroom, and sort of pulls you all into the corner and says, "God, I know the boss, I had some toughs, and I know you all by reputation, but I really wish he hadn't, wanted you to meet here. Look, here's the situation. The boss is having a nice, quiet night. We don't want to stress him too much, don't want to trouble him too much, so, I would request that you all in advance be polite, be non-confrontational, and remember this is a man of important stature in this here community who is willing to pay you a considerable sum of money to accomplish certain tasks. I'm also regrettably going to have to ask you to surrender any weapons you're carrying. Happy to write you a receipt. But if you could just put them in this bin over here, and we won't have any trouble."
Out of curiosity.
That's gonna be a bit.
Out of curiosity, are my good old tool sets here, my belt, gonna count as weapons, or are y'all gonna be kind of chill with that?
You know.
That depends on your behavior, sir.
I'm a reasonable fellow. I think we're all here for business. I think we'll have a good old time.
I don't trust you, and I'm not gonna give him my weapons. Sorry.
I
So,
think.
Bye.
We got someone from the West. Look, man, we're here to make money, and these guys are
These are my
aristocratic, though.
babies. I'm not just gonna give my baby to someone I just met.
You're gonna give it.
It's not cool.
How about you just okay? How about you put your ammo in there then, if that's something.
These
Alright.
not quite established gentlemen. They would not be of their standing if they had not dealt with honesty.
Fine.
Yeah.
Just don't
What-
blow anything
What the bird
up.
said.
That's my job. I put my bomb and my sock bombs and my underwear bombs and my boob bombs and my hair bombs. I keep my hand bombs just to be sure.
My man's here loves his explosives. I think you're gonna be I think we're relatively safe now. Now let's meet this fine little gentleman you work for here. Right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Can I establish that I have a pistol?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
I go and very dramatically kind of pull my guns and twirl them and put them into his hands and go, "Cooperative as a chickadee." That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
The young mafioso seems satisfied by this and says, thank you for your cooperation. Now, just head down the hall, last room on the left, and if you want anything, waiters will be in to help you out shortly. Thank you for being professional about this, folks. It's the family very much appreciates it.
I like to keep things family friendly as it is.
You don't look very related.
No, regrettably, I'm not a member of the inner circle, but well, Mr. Euron trusts me implicitly with his funds, and with this particular matter.
Let's go see your boss then.
Yeah. What he
So,
said.
heading down the hall, you sort of pass through several sort of private eating areas, and come to one down at the very end, sort of just next to the door of the kitchen. It's a little shabby, a little out of the way, but you realize that with the way the door is positioned, like, somebody sitting just right at the table inside could probably see all the way out to the front door, and there is an emergency exit right there, so maybe if they had to book it, well, maybe. But as you approach the door, you hear a very middle-aged, sweaty voice saying, come in, don't just stand outside. The bread's warm, the wine's fresh. Have a seat, my friends, have a seat."
Have a seat.
I'll skip on the wine, but I will have
Can
a
I have
seat.
a cup of milk?
I'll take a glass of wine.
Sitting alone in a booth in the room is a flabby, jowled, late middle-aged man who looks like he enjoys the finer things in life, and he's absolutely demolishing a plate of spaghetti. There's a couple big sort of enforcer robots parked in the corner of the room, impassively watching the scene, but he beckons you in with a hand, that's holding a heavily loaded pasta fork and says, Sit, my friend, sit! I'm so glad you could join me on this auspicious occasion.
Quick question, is it red sauce or white sauce?
Red sauce.
Alright.
Right wines.
Just making sure. Pleasure to meet you there, sir. Now, I reckon you've called us here for some sort of, let's just say work here.
Yes, now, I take it that some of you are acquainted, but in the interest of politeness, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is B.L. Yaron. I'm the proprietor of this particular establishment, and certain others in the, Belagian financial scene, which you may be familiar. My family is very important to the local community, you must understand. Now, you must be Erik Sturmsson. I've heard great things about your exploits and your knowledge of machinery, and the beautiful young ladies must be Miss Baroon and Miss Marissa. I trust that we won't have need of your certain particular skills today, but we never know. And you, sir, with the excellent coiffure, well, everybody knows Jhonniebird. You're a community folk hero, aren't you?
Of course I am. Friendly as a finch. That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
Excellent. Now, he snaps his fingers and immediately a waiter just materializes and says, anything I can do for you folks?
Yes, a cup of milk?
A cup of milk for the young lady, of course.
You'll have a glass of rosé, if that's fine with you.
Rosé, certainly.
You wouldn't happen to... Sorry, go ahead, Coupon.
I have a red.
Red, absolutely. The 37 is excellent tonight, miss. And for you, sir?
Wouldn't happen to have any hard ale around here, would you?
The waiter hesitates and, looks at your own, who just, gives him a wave with, fat, many-ringed fingers, and he says, a hard ale coming up, of course. We'll be just a few, sir. We need to source it special. And he sort of hovers back out the room and vanishes. And Yaron says, excellent. I appreciate people who know what they want. So, that brings us to business. It brings us to why I've called you here tonight. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, the Gold Line races are coming up. A moment of pride for our community. I'm certain that you will join me in watching the event, or perhaps have watched it in the past, and understand that this is really something that's of importance to the Yaron family, and important indeed to all of the faithful here on Belagia. You've seen past races. You know this can be an event that's fraught with danger, of course. I mean, was that only last year that Johnny Two Toes lost both of his arms and both of his legs to a carburetor malfunction? Oh, real tragedy.
That sounds awful.
It took him weeks to scrub the internal organs off the start line, but these things happen in the racing scene. Now, I find myself, as a doting father and a family man, confronted with a great tragedy. My beloved daughter Yancy. She's of an independent spirit, and bless her heart, she's made somewhat of a name for herself, racing in the community, and she seems to be under the impression that, she's got something of the Gold Line winner in her heart, and bless her, I don't want to stop her, but it's a dangerous place, and a man and his family makes unscrupulous enemies. Yes.
Question. So, just looking at my character sheet real quick, I noticed that I have a little bit of a... Oh, never mind entirely, actually. Forget that. I thought I had some lore that I could use. Just
if
how much
any of you
know about her.
Would like to roll lore or contacts to know stuff more than what I've posted.
Just because my guys... like, because it's a race, and Erik is like pretty not like he's kind of a biker dude. Would he like know more or less what? And he's like nosy and shit. Would he like know exactly like kind of like know a little bit of background as to what kind of like a little bit of dealio here is?
Yeah, so you can roll me a lore, just a lore to +0. So just roll me 4df.
Okay, so that's
/r 4df.
4df. You said?
Yes, 4df. And I'll give you yeah. So you know these people. I mean, Yancy Yaron, she's never worked her way up to the gold line yet, but she's made a pretty solid name for herself as like a genuinely fairly skilled racer in these parts. She's raced in a lot of the qualifiers over the past few years, often against opponents who like backed out at the last minute because nobody wants to race against the mob boss's daughter and win. But no, word on the street is she genuinely knows what she's doing, and she has the resources to back up her skills.
I think I've heard about your daughter before. Sorry. I think I've heard about your daughter before her exploits too. Personally, for me, I'm more of a bike kind of lad myself, but I have heard, word about the rest of the mechanics on the street too, that your daughter, at the very least, knows what she's doing, which is, I'd say it's a fair stripe better than some of the other kind of, I guess we'll say, what I have a hard time calling racers on the streets.
Oh, I've no doubt that Yancy has the competency for it. It's simply that I, as a man with a great deal of financial interest in these races, well, regrettably, certain unscrupulous individuals seem to have it out for my family for reasons I could not possibly imagine. And, well, I've called you all here today because I'm interested in, shall we say, insurance, and ensuring that my beloved daughter makes it through this race unharmed. If she were to win, well, that would be a great source of pride for my family, but frankly, just given the, well, I don't want to be crude, but the low survival rate of races, even having her survive to the end would be of extraordinary value to me and the family, if you understand my drift.
Erik will just nod and just, like, yeah, I get it. He will nod, kind of like, yeah, I know what you're doing. Or I know what you're getting at, really.
That some of these people might be, as you say, targeting?
I have, well, no direct evidence that Yancy's being targeted specifically. The people who might hold grudges against me, well, they play their cards pretty close to the chest, but the fact of the matter is, she's publicly announced to entry, and I'm a man of values and means. It's to be expected, given the circumstances, that somebody might try to have a go at her at least once.
I see.
Again, consider this, insurance, not bodyguarding.
I understand. I get where you're coming from there. Lots of money on these races, and you never tell who's gonna try and, well,
if any of you want to roll lores to, like, recall the sort of setup of the Gold Line races in more detail, feel free, and I will give you more info. Lore, you can roll at +0.
40F?
Yeah. Always.
Ouch.
Okay. The best you can recall, Arbiter, is that the main rule of the Gold Line is there aren't any rules. But if anybody else... Yeah, absolutely, yeah, if any of you want to try. You'll know a thing or two about vehicular destruction.
That's a bit... I do know that those kinds of races tend to be a bit cutthroat.
Oh, not 46. Though that would be a +1. So, Coop, you know... No, it's fine. We can just translate it directly. Coop, you know that the Gold Line race usually takes place over the course of a couple days. The course itself is give or take 1,000 kilometers, but it's 1,000 kilometers over very rough desert badlands, in rough enough terrain that maintaining direct surveillance over the entire race course is borderline impossible. Now, the official rules as laid down by the Church of Fortune, and more importantly, the various gambling houses that supervise betting on the race, is 2 pilots per vehicle, no direct offensive weapons, and no outright murder of other competitors. In practice, though, every year these happen. Dozens of cars blow up on the start line due to mechanical accidents. And if a driver goes missing, well, it's a big desert out there. Who's going to know one? Beyond that, people have entered in one on horses, people have entered in one on motorbikes. There's a standing sort of gentleman's agreement that your car can't fly while people are watching. But it is a generally accepted fact that cheating is the norm and is constant, and that people will pack all manner of tricks and, workarounds into their rides to get the most out of the race. No worries.
Is that wall made of glass? It's so shiny.
I've got a guy down in the craftsman's quarter who makes some really nice burnished brick.
What's your name again?
What's whose name?
Your name? Sir?
Your realm?
No,
You can call me Mr. Yaron, please.
I'm gonna call you Big Blue.
Well, I know you do love your nickname type of folk too. I don't believe I've actually introduced myself to you, although you may know my name already. My name's Erik.
Yes, Mr. Sturmsson. Charmed, I'm sure.
Pleasure to meet you in person, sir.
This is weird. Can we go?
Yeah, I suppose we've gotten all that.
Drinks?
Yes, the waiter does materialize with your drinks, and Yaron says, please, enjoy yourselves. Now, a few logistical notes. Strictly speaking, I would, I want the best for my daughter, and I know she would be, personally quite offended if she got wind that, I was doing anything to influence her performance or her success in this race. So, I would appreciate, in regards intervening with her if you kept a relatively low profile. Another thing, again, this is an affair in which the family has a considerable financial stake. So we'd rather you didn't go around, telling everyone that you have our blessing, you understand? Keep things independent, keep things not too tied down, keep it high speed, low drag, and I think everybody will have a better time of it.
Of course. Quiet as a quail. That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
So we just blow things up and get alive.
Well, I think the matter here is that we can do that as long as let's just say we keep Mr. Yaron's hands a bit clean from all this. We do our own work, and we'll make sure that the family, as it were, does some good stuff.
You are absolutely correct, sir. Yes, Miss Marissa, the family has no objections to untimely explosions on the racetrack, provided that those untimely explosions neither affect my daughter nor, make the family look bad. Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't get attributed to you, I get you.
With all Black Ops.
Well, as for who, I leave that to you to determine the most immediate threats to our people. But you may need to do some reconnoitering on the ground.
Keep an eye on her from a distance, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to strike up a conversation, she's a charming young lady. But please keep things subtle and professional at all times.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Got in too much trouble with the last guy's daughter.
This milk is very good.
And I'm sure you've learned your lesson.
I'm glad you're enjoying your glass of milk. We have only the finest. Our space cows are second to none.
Space cows. I just take a massive swig of my ale, and I'm just like, all right. I think we got the main details of the job. Good stuff. Now, Mr. Yaron, would you happen to have any other details on top of what you've already told me, told us rather, that would aid in our efforts here? Any points of entry, we can just say that.
Well, if you're looking for access to races, many of the up-and-comers gather around the scrap district at the western outlet of town, hunting for spare parts and the trash, the usual. Most of them don't make it past the finish line.
Nope.
Sorry, what was that a roll for?
Yeah, I roll on that one.
Fortune's a huge city. It has many sort of tiered neighborhoods sprawling out into the desert, and you can think of at least like a dozen different places where racers might gather. The only place you'll know for sure they'll all be is at the start line on the day of the race, which is in a couple days.
What are we talking about again?
I can't tell if that's Kloth speaking or his character.
Yeah.
My character.
We just got our works here, Miss Marissa. I think we'll be going in to do some work.
Okay.
How is the wine?
The wine, all of your beverages are excellent. Even the cerveza is ice cold.
Milk.
Now I will compliment you here. This is some good old mighty fine ale.
The family strives for the best in all things, especially for our contract employees.
Did you know that you can blow up milk?
I did not, but that kind of knowledge is exactly why we have hired you on for this task. Now,
You can.
I believe Mr. Thermo will provide you with means to communicate with him if you have any further questions. Your various accounts have all been via your initial finder's fee, so you will not find yourselves lacking for resources, but I believe you only have about 48 hours until the start time 2 days from now, so I'd recommend you work with haste and get yourselves set up for this race.
I'll
Can I
nod
get some
down
spaghetti?
my ale,
Sounds
and
good.
then we'll I'll just grab a bite to eat real quick.
Alrighty,
before,
mister.
we leave.
Wait, where are we going?
Yep,
It
I
done,
think we've
huh?
gotten all we needed.
He
yeah.
ushers
I'm
you
kinda-
out as only a mob boss can.
Can we get some food for the go?
Oh, yeah, I might as well grab a
Let's head
to-go
on
box,
to
I
one of the
guess.
racer bars.
Yeah, I do that.
There.
I don't.
Best way to a man's hardest through his stomach, right?
I just want to eat some food.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah, we'll grab some at the bars. Let's go.
Let's go.
Spambot, you're coming through really quiet. Would you be able to adjust your mic?
I'll try that real quick, yeah.
I've turned you up a little bit.
I'll try that real quick, yeah.
Crikey. Yeah, your microphones are bloody drongo, mate. Go.
Alright. Does that sound any better?
A little bit, yeah, thank you.
Alright.
So, after haggling with one of the waiters for some doggy bags, you are once again accosted by the sort of assistant mobster who briefly introduces himself as Mr. Thermo, and he hands each of you a small portable communications device and says, "This has got a direct line to me, encrypted, scrambled, nobody's listening in. If you have anything of importance you need to talk about, information to report regarding Miss Yaron, Yancey, you contact me and keep us informed. Your fees cover primarily ensuring that Miss Yancey makes it to the end of the race intact, but if you can dig up any useful dirt on the family's enemies..."
Can I get the radio?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you each get one.
Yeah.
I want to get the radio, put it very close to my mouth, and start saying.
You know they can just tune to a different frequency, right?
Miss Marissa, the radio's not turned on. Now, will you
Oh.
please pay attention? So, again, if you come up of anything of use, please inform the family immediately.
Who are you again?
Course.
Big dude. Big dude. You're
No.
big. Dude.
You know, Marissa, we'll help you out.
Who's
We'll
Mar-
keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out.
Marissa.
Reliable as a robin. That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
Of
Alright.
course.
All right, let's get going.
Well, the
I'd
race
like
is
my
approaching
weapon
soon.
back.
Sorry. Oh, yes, of course. Here are your arms. You'll find them untouched, of course.
My babies.
And
Oh,
he does
I
sort
missed
of
you.
hand you the bin of your weapons, and you're able to rearm yourselves. And then he sort of unceremoniously ushers you out onto the street and says, "Best of luck, and the family will be watching."
Thank you
I give my
kindly.
babies a kiss, and I go to the
Class.
streets.
Yeah. All right, let's get some cars. Rather, where do you four want? Where do you three reckon we should take a gander at first?
Oh, we should get resources.
It is
Ropes.
evening in the great city of Fortune. This far down, the streets are lit mostly by electric lights, not starlight, and the constant glow of neon signs. There are saloons lining the streets. This is sort of a food and entertainment district, and the constant hustle and bustle of pilgrims and cowboys off the various ranches outside. It is a bustling, busy, and dusty scene. Everybody's wearing hats, because in Pelagia, you always wear a hat. But the world seems full of possibilities, and if any of you bother to pull out personal computing devices and check your, space bank accounts, you'll find that they are considerably loaded down with a hefty space dollar finder's fee.
Can I buy a hat?
You can
I
absolutely.
have a hat.
Yes, I would hope
I
you
have
already
a
have a
hat?
hat. If
Where's my
Marissa
hat?
does not already have a hat, Marissa is getting strange looks from passersby.
Oh no. I want a hat.
Your hat.
Thank you.
I have a
like
helmet.
that.
Does that count?
A helmet is quite acceptable.
A helmet is socially acceptable, don't worry.
Yes. Oh, look, it's a sunny planet. You gotta wear a hat.
I think
I like
that we
that.
should head on down to the parts market, see who's buying things they might not should be.
I agree.
Sure. Yeah, so you know the nearest big scrap market is down in the aptly named Scrap District on the west end of town. Though again, there are several dozen other smaller ones scattered across the city. It's a big city. It produces a lot of garbage, and it's a big city with a big racing industry. So meaning that garbage is often cars and bits of cars, sometimes with bits of their drivers still in them. Bonus. The scrap dealers aren't too picky. They don't ask too many questions. But yeah, certainly. Would you like to make your way down to the nearest junkyard area?
Would.
Yes. No. What?
Oh, Kloth, I hate your character so much, but it's great. All right. So you find yourself sort of heading towards the sort of outer walls of the great casino city. Well, they used to be walls. The city's kind of grown over them, and now it's just sort of the buildings slowly start to become more and more built out of scrap until you are just walking through giant piles of scrap. And even at this time of night, there's the constant hum of cutting and chopping and tearing and welding going on around you. You know, this close to the race, everybody who can afford the quite generous entry fee is scraping together something. It's a generally accepted fact that even if you don't know the first thing about racing, if you can put on a convincing enough show at the starting line, you're bound to find somebody willing to bribe you to drop out of the race anyway. So, putting together a cool-looking car can often be quite a winning proposition.
How much is the entrance fee, and how much were we paid in comparative?
The entrance fee is about 200 space dollars, and you've both or all been paid, give or take, 4,000 each. So more than enough to cover entry, plus some fairly hefty upgrades to any of your vehicles if you want to do that. Though you're all reasonably confident that as seasoned adventurers in the wastes, the vehicles you have available are more than enough to keep up with anything some city slickers can throw together. I mean, again, some of them are literally on horseback here. This is a wide range of competition. This music's great. But yeah, now that you're sort of in the scrapyard area, there's any number of shops around here. There's sort of the big intake areas where huge cranes from higher up in the city just dump out piles that are immediately set upon by scavengers looking to steal or buy the best looking bits of stuff to resell.
I'm gonna kind of just look around here and take a look.
Can I look for shiny things?
You absolutely can look for shiny things there in abundance.
I'm gonna look around for
I
anything
want some
that would be useful, like in regards to anything that would help out my bike.
Okay.
the group.
I just
my
want
bike, my bike
shiny
primarily,
shit.
but if I find something that'll help the group in general, it's like, yeah, you know what.
Okay. I'll have you all make spot rolls, please.
That's one.
40F.
Sorry,
All it's
40F.
no matter what skill, it's
40F.
always 4. Oh, sorry, notice
40.
rather, not spot.
How do you roll for the F again?
/R space 4DF. In the chat, like that. Without the quotation marks, obviously. And I would accept a notice or an investigate.
I have notice. I have
yeah.
notice +2.
Okay,
I've
so that's a
investigated-
0
I've
for you,
investigated
Coop.
I've investigated
I
plus
have-
2.
What I have? I think I have notice. Yep, notice is on +4. Great.
+4. Damn. Okay, Marissa is perceptive for somebody with the attention span of a goldfish.
If it's Chinese things,
Yep. All right. So has everybody rolled? No. If you want to make a roll now, and I will portion out results as I see fit based on what rolls you get. Thusi with a 0 total. You're not seeing like. You know, there's hundreds of different places you could be seeing interesting parts. Every stall you're walking by has interesting car parts out. Now, you're certainly seeing some where the interesting car parts have obviously been, you know, touched up and freshened over and aren't really all that interesting, but you're so spoiled for choice, it's hard to even think of where to go first.
Where did Spambot go?
Oh no.
is it? Did he leave?
Oh fuck.
He's gone died. No.
Just like that old gypsy woman said. It's
If
the
they
curse.
can die, they will die.
Oh no. I'm just impressed that we made it more than an hour in before we had serious technical difficulties. Wait, no, it's not more than an hour. Fuck, it's
No,
less than an hour.
45 minutes.
Fuck!
Sorry.
Hey,
I can edit this out in post.
Impulse.
Are there any like half-built cars that people are selling?
I got a 4 on that investigate. What do I see?
Okay. Wait, did you roll? I didn't see you roll.
Yeah, it's under my.
Oh, it's the last one. Okay. Cards people are selling, yes, there's tons of them. Though with that fairly poor notice roll, you're not seeing any like real standouts. There are like strip chassis being sold as fast as people can throw them together from spare parts.
That previous roll, the -1, was back during the
Okay.
Urano guy. The 2 roll was the only one I did.
Okay. You're seeing like.
+2 for investigate, so that's 4
Yeah.
total.
The vehicles around here in the stalls, these are nothing special. They're not really jumping out at you. You know, you're a fairly experienced mechanic, and most of these are basically just cobbled together garbage, thrown together to sell to some idiot who thinks they're the next hot shit driver. What does intrigue you is sort of over the sort of rumble and crash of machinery, you hear the distant purr and roar of like an engine that you don't recognize, and you know engines pretty well, but somebody somewhere nearby is testing something big and powerful, and your mechanic's instincts lock onto it like bam, that.
Mine do?
Arbiter does.
Oh.
Might as well wait for what Spambot. Is he just dead or?
Has anybody heard from him? Yeah.
No, he
Yeah, it's just
responded.
gone.
Oh,
He's
responding.
Well, he's typing. He's typing in voice.
away,
Dixie.
away, down in Dixie.
Oh, it is Dixie. Fucking.
Oh, it's always Dixie.
Oh my god.
This was like Platinum Hits
Grandfather's
1863. Oh, the bunny blue flag. Grandfather's clock cloth. Grandfather's clock.
What? Oh my god.
God damn it.
They're using a hammer to rip what?
To rip a cash register apart, I guess. Spambot, it's Friday night, like, Jesus. Turn your
Oh
phone
my
off so you
God.
can pretend to be a space cowboy.
Sorry, boss. I was in space.
To those of you watching at home or on YouTube, Spambot is informing us that his boss is calling him because they need to rip apart a cash register with a hammer at work. And somehow this is more important than being a space cowboy.
So shameful. Shameful indeed. So, how are you guys? You know, yeah,
We just need to loop it up.
you know. What the hell? I just want to
Did Spambot say how long until it gets back?
No, he did
Nope,
not.
did nothing when he left.
Nope.
Well,
just, you know, say he went out.
we will forge ahead until such time as he returns. But yes, Arbiter,
Yep.
you have heard the distant rumble of a very powerful engine echoing away across the technical mediocrity of the scrapyards. And with the unerring instinct of a space dwarf for big, powerful engines, you think you could probably find your way there in a heartbeat.
I sense something tingling. Something's going on over there, and I am very interested in what that may be.
Something's tingling.
Yes.
Something going on.
Someone's messing with some kind of engine. I don't recognize it, but most of the things around here are quite shit anyway. So something's going on over there.
So say?
Incidentally, Kloth, as you walk by, you are able to collect a huge variety of shiny bits of scrap metal and like broken glass and rearview mirrors. This neighborhood is paved with shiny things.
I like it here. It's shiny.
The constant smell of burning fuel in the air also reminds you of home.
Ah, I hate it here.
So if you're going to investigate this engine noise sooner, you sort of head down a narrow network of alleyways and come out to a clearing in the scrap where a group of locals, all in matching bright red leather jackets, are gathered around this like nightmarish contraption that looks to be most of a largest jet engine mounted to some kind of mechanical horse.
What?
And
Can I roll to figure out what the fuck that thing is?
yes, absolutely.
What is that going to be? Investigate.
Yeah, sure. Or lore.
Investigate better in this one.
They're sort of like got this machine like partially torn open, and they're tinkering with its guts as it shoots out huge gouts of flame and lets out like a that is almost deafening. Given your expertise as a mechanic, you'd have to say this is some kind of jet engine attached to a mechanical horse. But based on sort of like, they seem more focused on the engine than on you. And as you sort of walk closer, you see it looks like somebody's pulled the main drive unit off a Starliner, converted it to breathe air, and attached it into a heavily souped-up cyber horse platform. The kind of thing they'd use to haul cargo across the desert if they had the budget for it and, didn't want to pay for real horses. Now, you're pretty sure cyber horses aren't the fastest animals around, but a cyber horse attached to an engine that can haul a couple hundred tons into orbit, that might be pretty speedy. It also might technically break the nothing that can fly rule, but you'd have to see this thing in action to figure that much out. And as you sort of approach and watch this thing happen, some of these locals notice you, and they sort of form ranks, and some hands go to some pistols, and one of them says, "Hey, this is Firebird turf. Back off. Back off." Oh, that was loud. I can hear you.
Well, howdy there, cowboy.
Welcome back, Spambot.
Welcome back. Thank you for putting in a headset. I just got really bad feedback for a second.
I said that in game.
Hey.
Now, there we go, partners, too. Just taking a look, see a bit of my curiosity here. Now, I can't help but notice when I was looking around here that someone was tinkering with something, too. And as a tinkerer myself, my curiosity was piqued. God damn it, Spambot got it.
Well, y'all can go be curious elsewhere. This is Firebird turf, and we don't want you.
Okay, I'm gonna do a lore check to see what the fucking Firebird is.
Yeah. Far as you remember, they haven't exactly made a name for themselves. Couple members of the gang placed in like the top 100 at last year's gold line, and they seem to have gotten big ideas, but they're like a fairly minor local racing syndicate. You don't know how they would have gotten their hands on an honest-to-goodness Starship engine.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I use my aspect of being able to talk to birds?
You're not birds.
They're firebirds.
They are fire. Shit. Oh.
Well,
Yes. Okay. I will allow you to invoke your aspect of being able to talk to birds. The Firebird is the name of a gang. Yes. You see that they're all wearing red leather jackets with wing patterns on the backs. But yeah, no, they call themselves birds, and as far as your twisted psyche goes, Jhonniebird, that's good enough for you. And you
Everything's good for Johnny.
So you can spend a fate point to gain a +2 on tests or on a roll to talk with them if you'd like.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to them, and So I'll do that. I'll spend a fate point to ask them this. Okay. So I go to them and say, "Hey, as somebody looking to getting into all this ricing business, I got a couple of questions for you. So of all of you, well, who would you say your best man is? You know?"
Yeah, you've got to roll for it and specify a skill. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we'll gonna try use rapport, I guess.
Yeah. So you can either take a +2 now or re-roll it later.
Would I get would I get do I get my?
Oh, it's like a
skill
flat,
bonus?
like you rolled a +2.
Yeah.
To talk to them. It's like a flat, like you succeeded.
Yeah.
If you use it.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you can try for something better and then re-roll after the fact.
I just roll 1 DF, right?
4 DF.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no. /R 4 DF.
Oh, okay.
Making it happen. Figuring it out.
Okay, now I see.
We'll get there. Alright.
So 3.
Yeah. Okay. So one of them says, "Oh God, it's Jhonniebird. Oh, look, boss. But you talk to him and maybe he'll go away." And the biggest, cowboyiest looking of the Firebird steps up and says, "Name's Joe Firebird. Yeah, that's right. I named the gang after myself. Got a problem with it? You can fuck right off. I'd say I'm the best driver around these here parts, but why exactly you want to know, Drifter?"
Well, I just always like to scope out the competition before I'm heading into a big issue.
Competition? You folks looking to enter in the gold line?
I'm more of a
I'm
biker,
only interested in beating up
Oh.
people that got blood in their names.
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, if you are entering, I hope you're smart enough to realize that poking around the competition before race day is liable to get you in all manner of trouble. So why don't you friendly folks turn tail and, well, make yourselves scarce before we get to talking in more detail.
I'm not interested in participation in these kinds of things. I have my baby and my baby back, and I ain't willing to get her torn up over some race. However,
Vaughn.
I am a bit of a mechanical fellow,
Vaughn.
and I couldn't help but come in. I'll let Kloth talk.
Yes,
Wow.
Kloth. I can hear you.
Can
I'm
I
just
do an
waiting for
action?
him to finish.
Yeah. So, I'm far away. I look at them. I wave really high, and I start screaming. I found glass.
You found a what?
You cut out. You cut out so fucking hard.
You're screaming too hard. You found
what, Mike?
Glass. Glass. Dude.
Glass.
There's glass all over the place.
As I was saying,
Lots of glass.
as I was
Yes,
saying, sir,
but
I'm a bit
this
of a
one is
mechanical
shiny.
Glass right here.
As I was saying, sir, I'm a bit of a mechanical fellow, and I'm just a bit curious in what y'all got up in here because I'm a bit interested. You know, I'm a relatively from, I guess you could say, a small little town, and it's interesting is to see how you got something that's actually intriguing among the.
one of the gang members snorts when you says small town and says, "Yeah, I bet you is from a small town, ain't you? A real short town too." He spits on the ground.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got that right.
That's a bit crazy.
All right. Yeah. Well, if there ain't anything we got going on here, then aside from that, we'll just see what the hell this little horse cavalry y'all got going on is.
They already told us to get on out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe my men did tell you to get the hell out of here, dwarf.
Bloody hell, it's not made to be mean to him like that.
Now, how many of them are there?
There are 7 of them. And they're all at this point starting to, very conspicuously show the laser revolvers on their hips.
I'm gonna start walking away.
I'll grumble and then just kind of follow Coupon's character, I guess. Fuck.
See you around, cowboy.
Wait a second.
You watch yourself, Missy. And as you head away, oh yes.
I was just gonna say I walk away and give him like a kind of what's the word, sarcastic salute as I leave.
They make no effort to follow you, and if none of you sort of continue to engage as you head off, they return to working on their
Say something.
rock. Yes, absolutely.
I look to them and I say, if I see you again, shit's gonna blow up.
Hold on.
Woo!
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm in the middle of something. Can you deal with it later?
Kloth, do you want to make that a provoke roll?
Fine.
Yeah,
So
it's more
are you
for
trying to
trash.
provoke them?
Yes.
That's not.
It's more
I
for
I
trash.
whack
Provoke.
fucking
A promise, maybe?
Melissa on the shin and then move along with my big old dwarf. Tiny dwarf.
Okay,
hand.
that's it. I don't need to.
Hold on,
Oh,
what
they
was
get a
that called?
message.
Okay. So, yeah, you certainly get the
Oh.
impression that the Firebirds gang are putting in a pretty convincing showing this year, with whatever the hell they were building back there. And, I don't think you've made any friends, but you certainly might have made some enemies.
You know, it's better we make an enemy than Yancey does, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, what would you like to do next?
I don't know about you fellas, but I'd like to start getting the carpet together.
We're making something up. We're making something for all this shit then. I'm more of a biker kind of fellow, but
Well, the rules don't specify car or bike. They just specify maximum of 2 people per vehicle. But again, the rules are meant to be broken.
regardless, I don't see anything that's
Does-
useful here. We're probably not going to find anything.
Not here.
Fair point. Where do you suggest we go?
Do I have items here, huh?
Well, yeah, you've got
Alright, what do
you've got your personal vehicle is definitely not race spec. It's more made for driving into things very fast and incapacitating their occupants. But you certainly have the chassis of a car. You know, like your car could be souped up. You know, you basically live in this car, so you'd be loath to tear it apart. But you do have a car available, or you could. All right.
Trustworthy mechanic. Or do it myself, depending on what supplies I have available.
Well, if you'd like to roll some investigates to ask around, or some contacts, or even some resources to throw some cash around and see what you can scrounge up.
I would like.
I'll do an investigate.
Okay.
Can I roll a resources check for
Yeah.
like not even just what I have in cash, but more what I've collected over the years?
Yeah.
I very much do want to keep it able to fast smash anything.
Okay.
That is definitely a point that I want, but maybe even a little bit faster.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You're all, reasonably knowledgeable in the realm, except for Jhonniebird.
No, that was resources, okay.
He's broke.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
didn't get anything out of my ship I wanted.
Yeah, Jhonniebird, they transferred you the cash, and the bank immediately seized it to pay for that incident last month. You know, the one with the orphanage and the hydroelectric dam. City authorities still have a couple warrants out for you on that one.
3 gorgeous
But yeah, you know that to make a good racing vehicle, well, or to upgrade the chassis you have to a good racing vehicle, you're going to need a good engine. You're going to need a good set of brakes. You're going to need good suspension. You're going to need a good transmission. Everything else is just fluff. And there are 4 of you available, making 4 different roles. So let's see what you turn up.
I already rolled a investigate. Got a 2 + 2.
Well, what car part would you like to search for?
What would a biker know for cars?
Engines.
Engines. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So yeah, you poke through a lot of the stalls, and honestly, again, like what's on offer isn't that impressive. But as you're sort of looking up at the latest, there's a big crane swinging out of the scrapyard, preparing to dump a fresh batch of scrap. You see sort of hanging out of the bucket, the recurved set of exhausts that could only come from a SpeedTech 492Z. The SpeedTech 492Z. You don't know how a SpeedTech 492Z ended up in this garbage heap or about to be dumped in this garbage heap, but you know, if that set of exhausts is connected to the engine they're supposed to be connected to, that might be one of the finest racing bikes in existence somebody is chucking out from higher up in the city. And you know, if you want to win a race, you better get your hands on that engine.
We need that engine. Let's go now. I basically
Alright,
fucking I waddle my short ass over to wherever the fuck that is.
Follow him.
Yeah, so you can see
I'll go with him.
this sort of like giant crane slowly swinging out over the scrap pile, and it seems like you're not the only person who's like caught eye of this. You can see like scavengers and scrap dealers everywhere, like pointing up and gathering and whispering together, and like crowds gathering to the giant mound of trash where this crane sort of swings to a halt and slowly begins to creak open.
Go.
We're fucking going in.
We're going in.
We need that. We need that. We better get ready to put up a fight if we need it. That is our ticket to victory, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna see 1 second. What'd be a good way to get people out of there, though?
Yeah, there's definitely a crowd gathering, but it hasn't quite escalated into violence yet. You're seeing lots of people, though, eyeing each other and hands on pistols or wrenches.
Call some birds, boy.
Call the army of crows.
Call the army of crows? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, hold on a minute. Since I'm
Get into
short,
a good
what's
position.
since I'm a short ass motherfucker, what's the capability of me to say like
once this shit gets into going, to me to say use a fate point or whatever to like try and finesse my way through all the shit these big ones can't.
I'd absolutely allow you a physique roll to sort of smash your way through this crowd, because your fists are at groin level, and that's very persuasive. Yeah. And if that fails, we can certainly... Yeah, no, you're...
Absolutely. I'll fate point.
Okay.
So that's a water reroll.
Yep. Okay.
+2.
Yeah, you're sort of get caught up in the scrum of people like pushing in and scrambling up the edges of the scrap heap as the engine starts to fall, and you're not making particularly good headway. Seeing your dwarven compatriot struggle and fail, what are the rest of you going to try?
I'd like to try and get in there. I've got strong physique. I might be able to just shoulder my way through.
Yeah, go for it.
It's +2, so.
I'm gonna.
Oof.
I don't think I've got a more than a +1.
Well, again, you can fate to reroll if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Roll it.
Ah!
Oh my god. Unlucky
Oh, no.
Thusi. Okay, yeah, so neither of you are having much luck. Like, the engine has, like, fallen out of the scoop and is on top of the pile, and now this has, like, become a full-scale, like, football scrum, as everybody in the area is just rushing towards it.
Can I try something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh
I
god.
get one of my big bombs and I got it underground. That way, I put it to be activated on 10 seconds.
Are you?
Then I run away
Don't blow up
Fucking
the
rocket
engine.
jump.
and start screaming. There's
What
an
are you doing?
attack from above! From above!
So you're just
Activate
basically
a bomb.
lobbing a satchel charge into the crowd and yelling.
Trying to make them paranoid.
Okay,
Run away.
roll me
From above!
provoke, please.
Like, this is an armed bomb that will blow up?
I mean, that's more
This
of
is
like
a bomb. It will blow up.
Do you have like a?
Explosives.
Well, let's
Okay, my provoke.
roll that
is
provoke.
1. It's 40, right?
Yep. I'm curious to see. Oh my
Oh my
god!
We are just getting shit today.
We're just getting shitted on. I mean,
Oh
Um,
my god,
I
nobody's
li-
gonna succeed.
can I at least blow the bomb?
Yeah, so what happens is, Marissa, you like huck this thing, but you've misjudged that you're not throwing it onto a flat surface. You're sort of throwing it into a crowd who's moving across like a big field of wavy and bendy scrap, and you see the bomb like perfectly land in the end of a curved bit of scrap metal, roll around and fling back towards you, and instinctively you catch it,
God.
and the fuse is like only a couple seconds away from going off.
This is like a Wile E.
Oh,
Coyote
fuck,
moment.
fuck.
Meanwhile, Jhonniebird.
Done or what?
Jhonniebird goes, oh, bloody hell, nice. And he just, he opens his coat. I'm gonna use a fate point for my The Birds stunt.
The birds! Alright.
And I'm just gonna open up my coat to reveal that I have about 30 birds under there, which I all basically point to the engine, and they all fly at it.
Can I throw the bomb up? Just
Make me a physique roll, please.
Okay.
me or Johnny?
Cloth.
Baby, let's
Oh, that was a roll for Cloth. But I'll
No,
take that good roll for your birds. No, but no, Cloth, you need to make me a roll to not explode.
Don't worry, we're gonna be
Holy
fine.
shit.
bird.
We're gonna be fine.
Let's go.
Okay. So Erik and Thusi, you're like struggling through the crowd. Suddenly, two things happen almost simultaneously that make it very easy for you to continue struggling through the crowd. For one, something very large explodes not far off, and the entire sort of pile of debris starts to shift and tumble beneath you. For another, like a small but very aggressive flock of birds just kind of swarms its way around the engine and begins furiously pecking near sort of everyone nearby. And as you look back down the pile, you see Jhonniebird directing them, and a very like soot-covered Marissa who's like, wiping the soot and dirt off of her hands, having just been partially exploded, but miraculously avoided being hurt.
I give them a finger gun and a winking smile. I go, helpful as a hen. That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
You're weird. I
Love
like
it.
you.
How many civilians just died?
Not enough.
Yeah, honestly, like you're not being paid enough to care about random downtown scrap dealers, but certainly the crowd has thinned as bits of scrap have sort of tumbled down, and you're able to fight your way to the engine and sort of haul it out of there, protected by this furious screaming flock of birds around you. And Erik, examining this thing, this is it needs a little bit of tuning up, and it looks like a couple of the pistons are cracked, but the actual engine seems to be in very good shape. But this is quite a potent little motorbike engine here. So you have an engine for your car.
All right, I got an engine. Let's see what else we can get. This
Is this for the car or for his bike?
Oh yes, this is.
You could fit this to just about anything, and you provide it with enough compressed hydrogen and space gas, and it'll move just about anything with wheels.
If it has an engine, I can fix it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's right.
Let's load it out of there.
All right, so taking advantage of the chaos as, people investigate this, riot that's broken out and the sudden bird attack and the sudden unexpected explosion in the scrap heap, you're able to sort of sneak your way through the crowd carrying this engine without anybody noticing too much and get it stowed away in the back of Thusi's truck/car/dune buggy.
All right, now we just get a transmission, and we'll be able to actually do some stuff with this.
Mm-hmm.
And brakes and suspension.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need brakes.
But
right.
But if you don't have
Usually
brakes,
not,
how do you drift though? You gotta drift. You need brakes to drift.
Use the ground.
Fair.
I never used brakes when I was driving.
So,
I'll search around for some brakes, and can I add +1 resources to that? Is that how that...
yeah, you can make a resources roll. So the resources roll would be basically like you going into a store and being like, I have this much in my bank account. Give me your best brakes. / knowing who to pay off to find you good brakes.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
-1.
Okay, so that's 0. Like, again, you can find what, at least on the surface, appear to be reasonable sort of racing quality brakes at any of the local establishments, and you can easily afford them without a serious dent in your bank account. But you have the nagging suspicion that this probably isn't the best product if they're willing to sell it to you now. You feel like if you wanted to buy any of these, you'd be getting away too easily.
Can I decide to search again?
Yeah, but I'll need a different skill roll to see how you go from here. You got to change your tactics.
Can I try doing a search since I'm engine man?
Sure. Or let's let Kuban do part 2. You're met with any one of like a half dozen different stalls who are like, yeah, these are definitely the best brakes we have, no question. Your cash is good, but we don't have anything better than this.
Could I use a report? Maybe try and sweet talk a little bit?
Sure.
Well, these are mighty fine brakes, but I do have quite a bit of cash.
Roll it and pray it's not negative again. Okay. What's your rank in rapport?
1.
1, okay. So after like 2 or 3 tries, you finally find a store where one of the clerks sort of sighs and says, "Well, shucks, miss. Well, Pa always said I was a sucker for a pretty face. Tell you what, come on back and, well, they're probably going to make me charge you double for these ones, but, well, we did have a feller come in and pawn his buggy not long ago, and seems to me he had a pretty good set of disc brakes on there that might just work out for your purposes. But, well, again, I'll have to talk to the management, and, oh gosh, I think I'm going to get in trouble for this one."
How would you get in trouble? Come now.
You're selling us your product.
Money's money.
So-
Exactly. At the end of the day, we'll see. That's bound to make
Follow
any
him.
businessman happy.
He takes you back to the back room with his chop shop, where they do indeed have like a lightweight racing buggy with some very nicely set up sort of ceramic disc brakes on this car. And he says, "Tell you what, they're yours. Well, I think the boss was going to sell them to some big shop for about, I don't know, maybe 3,000, 4,000 space bucks, but I'd give them to you for 2,000 if you keep it quiet."
Can I evaluate these and see if they're worth that?
Yeah, sure. Make me another resources roll, please, as to determine value. Oof. Yeah. What is your resources?
1.
1? Okay, so this is 0. Yeah, like, you know you're being overcharged, but given the state of the market right now, you don't think you'd get a better deal than what he's offering you.
I'd say we can do maybe we can just
They're
do
with me?
500. We can just do 500 each, and then that'll even it
I
out.
don't have any money.
We all have $4,000.
No, I'll just do.
They took it all.
I'll just do
Bloody
2,000 of
space
those.
books.
I'll buy them. I'll buy 'em.
Okay. He says, "Oh gosh, well, thanks, miss. I really appreciate it, but I'd recommend." And he sort of quickly sort of unbolts them and like hands these big brake units over and says, "I'd hand them over before the boss gets back from his dinner break."
Who's your boss, out of
Alrighty.
curiosity?
Are you there with me or not, Arbiter?
Yeah, I'm just asking what kind of fine gentleman do you work for, out of curiosity?
Why, didn't you read the sign outside? The boss is my aunt, Ma Gurkle, and well, if you've known Ma Gurkle, you know she's not one to travel with.
Fair enough.
Of course.
Cheers,
I'll
cheers,
never
cheers,
truckle
cheers,
with
cheers,
old
lad.
Mark Gurkle.
Yeah, you've heard of Ma Gurkle. You've heard that her wrench can fell gods themselves when her wrath is
I
raised.
pat him on the back and we get the fuck out of there. We make our transaction and we get the
All
fuck
right.
out.
Thank you kindly.
Bloody hell, you never saw us.
No worries, miss. Oh god, I'm gonna regret this later. And about 30 seconds after leaving the establishment, you hear an ear-shattering voice yell, "Cletus, where the hell are my brakes?" And then the distant sound of things being broken and smashing stuff.
I'm gonna
Bloody hell.
grab something.
For once, something wasn't caused by me.
All right, so you've got your SpeedTech 490 ZF motor. You've got your fancy racing brakes. Yes?
It's suspension and transmission.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Let's go looking.
Yeah.
Let's go looking. Let's see. What else do we need?
Suspension and transmission.
Alright.
Can I go look in my personal stash of things that I would usually sell and see if I got anything good?
Let me see.
Yeah, you can, sure.
Wait, shit.
You have the resources, but so far you also have the terrible luck.
Ow!
Yeah, Thusi, you like do a double take as you sort of go through, if you know, whatever little notebook or log of stuff you had stashed in the back of the car, because the day before yesterday, you tore apart a real nice junker that had like a Turbo Varior X 99, or wait, no, I've used 99 already. A Turbo Varior X speed shifter transmission that was just mint, and you sold it for a considerable sum to a customer you know for a fact has gone off world.
Tough break.
Well,
Well, Well,
I
Do
was
see the
thinking-
incredibly unlucky.
Well, my plan was maybe we try scoping out another racer and just borrow a couple parts. You know?
You can go do that.
Yeah, you know they're on the edges of the scrapyard. Many of the local racing gangs maintain sort of small test tracks, and there are a few sort of public tracks that get constantly fought over by different independent racing groups. So if you wanted to find somebody actually driving a car, that would be the place to look.
All right, I'm gonna go investigate that then. I'm gonna. Let's go.
Okay. So yeah, if you wanna sort of mosey your way down to the test tracks.
Vaughn,
Yes.
your mic is very staticky now.
Oh, is it? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, if you wanna mosey your way down to the test tracks, you absolutely can. Or does somebody else have somewhere else they'd like to look?
I think I'll shops.
Okay.
Look for suspension and transmission.
Okay. Well, we'll sort of shift focus more to Jhonniebird here. What is a space gym, and how do you buy one? Invest in space gym? What does that mean? Anyway, okay.
Invest in space. It's the real crypto, okay?
I see. Okay. So you head out to the racetracks, and even at this time of night, like there's dozens of different teams of racers sort of frantically testing engines. So you're able to spend a few hundred space bucks on some space gyms, and you pride yourself on an investment. You know, these space gyms are really going to appreciate in value, especially ahead of the big race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang them right on my rear view mirror.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and see if I find somebody that looks like they don't like the Firebirds, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That would have like a rivalry with them.
Water
Okay.
cats.
Yeah, no, you'd recognize the blue leather jackets that the Water Cats gang wear from anywhere. They stand out dramatically in the bright floodlights that illuminate the race course. And they seem to be working on a couple fairly slick, nicely put together little racing jalopies of their own. And as you approach, one of them says, "Can we help you, stranger?"
Yeah. I was just talking to the fire. Alright.
Wait a minute, that's you're Jhonniebird, ain't you? The hell you want?
What? Me? Jhonniebird? That's ridiculous. I'm good old Timmy Bear.
Boss, I'm pretty sure that's Jhonniebird. There is indeed bird shit dripping out of his jacket. You know what they say about the guy with the mohawk and the bird shit that drips out of his jacket? He's bad news. I reckon we should kick his ass.
Whoa. There's no reason to resort to such violence. I was going to give you a helpful hint.
Helpful hint, huh?
Helpful hint.
Well, say your piece.
Well, you see, I was just talking to those Firebird blokes, you know? And they were actually saying they were thinking about coming later today and coming and stealing that nice little transmission out of your do-goody right there.
That no good. You telling me Jeff Firebird, he said to your face he was going to come down here and steal our transmissions? That
Not
no
Jeff
good
Firebird,
snake.
Joe Firebird.
Look, everybody in this planet has names that start with J. That's traditional.
I'm just making sure we're talking about the right fella, okay?
Roll me rapport with a +1 bonus, please, because you were attempting to convince the people who hate the Firebirds that the Firebirds are up to no good.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. And one of the Water Cat underlings says, "Yeah, boss, I heard. He was. There were some rumors going around. They were planning some kind of a nighttime raid. I can see them doing it." And the leader of the Water Cat says, "Okay, so saying the Firebirds are coming down later to try to steal our transmission. And what do you reckon we're supposed to do about it, huh?
Well, right now they're still planning it. Why don't you go over there and give them a 1-2 while they're still thinking about it and not ready for you, eh?
What, just abandon our cars here so some miscreant like you can take them apart? Not gonna happen a couple days before the race. But,
Bloody hell, of course not. You gotta leave a couple of your buddies here.
Jambo, watch the cars. We got business.
Alright,
And leaving their two biggest, toughest members to watch their jalopies, they grab various pipes.
Question,
Yes?
are they big and tough when it comes to getting shot?
I mean, you know, they all have laser revolvers on their hips, but these guys look like they're more accustomed to hefting wrenches than hefting firearms.
Alright. So, Jambo, how are you two doing?
Brr. Boss done told us to watch the truck.
Really? Well, you know what I heard about watching trucks. So, you just got the one truck, or do you got a few of them?
We got one, two, many. We got many truck.
Well, I'd say the best way to watch a truck, right? You gotta open up a hood and make sure that nobody's stealing the parts from you. So I'd say each of you take open a hood. I'll help you out. I'll open up a third one for you guys, right?
All of those of you except for Jhonniebird who are watching this, you're all kind of like faintly embarrassed. Like, as he like blatantly manipulates these toughs. This is like, you, on a professional level, you feel kind of ashamed to be associated with this. Make me another rapport roll, please.
Would this be deceive instead of...
Yes, sorry, deceive, yes, absolutely deceive.
Okay, just making sure. Alright,
Okay.
Alright, I got a +1 to deceive.
So you're saying we should open up the truck so that they can't steal what's on the insides where we can't see them?
Well, obviously you gotta make sure, because, you know, they're gonna steal all the little parts in the bonnet, right? So you gotta watch the bonnet so they ain't gonna steal anything from it.
My ma wears a bonnet. And,
Sorry.
Am I there?
yes, you're all, like, watching uncomfortably as he just fucking destroys these two thugs.
What did y'all fellas say your name was?
My name's Murph, and he's Burf.
Well, Murph and Burf, if you're standing right over here, how can you see if there's someone in that truck over there? You can't even see the drivers.
Oh, golly, there's only two of us, but there's many trucks. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, yeah.
Coop, roll me deceive, please.
My deceive is +3.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Ah!
That's still a +1. It's still a +1. You're good.
Oh, good.
So using only the height of advanced trickery and logic, you were able to convince these two thugs that it's probably in their best interest to let you guys watch the third truck, and they'll watch the insides of the first two to make sure their engines don't get stolen. And
Alright. Alright, well we gotta make sure nobody steals the suspension of these things too, right, Thursday?
Yeah, that's right.
all right, both of you give me drive rolls, the two of you, to just like tear this car apart in a matter of seconds. You've both done this before,
Alright.
in some form or other.
Yeah. I'm so glad I have a +4 to drive.
Okay. Lucy, don't fuck it up.
Oh, I surely cannot. My drive is +4.
Oh, good. You're both
Oh,
up.
no, it's
Okay.
it's +3, but still.
Okay.
Still a success.
Okay, yeah, so you're both able to, like, using these skills born of a lifetime of theft, and tearing apart other people's vehicles, like, hastily, like, get this thing up on blocks, pull out, its transmission, disconnect the shocks from each of its wheels, and then, like, sort of leave it resting just on top of these disconnected wheels, so that to an initial observer it kind of looks like an ordinary truck. And the two thugs appear to be none the wiser.
Sorry, what all did we strip from it?
You were able to strip both a transmission and a set of suspension.
Perfect.
Alright. Draw a little bird on it.
Don't need to do that.
Okay, I won't do it this time. Okay.
Let's go.
So I went out to. That's why they call me Jhonniebird.
We'll like guiltily slink away, holding our
there's no
car
guilt.
parts.
Jhonniebird.
Okay,
No
slink away.
Literally stealing candy from a baby. Distantly over the scrapyard, you hear the echo of laser revolver shots ringing out, and yelling and screaming, and you can only guess that the water cats have found their way to the Firebird's compound. So, you have acquired all the parts you need to assemble a halfway decent racing machine out of Thusi's junker.
Let's go mechanic this shit.
All right. Would you like to, given how sort of, yes. Kloth, yes.
Can I sell my glass?
Sorry, the glass you've been.
The glass.
I'm just trying to think of what would you use to convince people that your glass is valuable?
It's shiny.
You may not be able to sell it, but in a place like this, with enough smooth talking and/or persuasion, you might be able to trade it for something valuable. You have the bare necessities to make this a solid racing car, but there's always room for a little trickery under the hood. So who are you going to sort of approach to sell a handful of broken glass and bits of mirror to?
Well, you know the people who make cars?
Yes?
They need glass.
So you're just gonna you're
You
gonna
know who has glass?
you get the glass.
That's me.
He's got a point.
No, I can't
And
deny the logic.
Glass, and I have glass. You know?
They need it. He got it.
See where I'm going.
So
They need it.
Maybe they can help
Got
each
it.
other.
operating under extremely high level Marissa logic, you find the fanciest, most prosperous looking garage in the area. You sort of head up the front. They're busy working on several cars, and one of the mechanics sort of notices you approaching and says, "Can I help you, miss?"
Yeah, so I came here to sell things.
We don't normally do exchanges unless you got something particularly interesting. What do you have to offer?
I got something very interesting. I pick a handful of grass with my bloody hand, and I show to him. You see this, boy?
Ma'am, you appear to be holding a handful
It's a
of.
shard of glass. It's shiny. Very shiny. And you know what glass is made?
Do you want me to
for?
call it like a
Cars.
doctor, ma'am?
And you know who made cars? You. And who has glass? Me.
Okay, roll me
Do you see where I'm going?
roll me provoke at +2, please.
Fuck.
What's your provoke score?
It's 1.
1. Okay, so you're still sitting at a +2 there. Okay, he says, "Miss, what exactly do you want from me that will make you leave immediately?"
I want some money.
He says, "Look, I got a couple hundred space bucks in the till. If I give that to you, will you please leave and stop dripping blood on my garage?"
Maybe. If you're asking nice enough.
He sort of like uncomfortably not breaking eye contact, he sidles over to a cash register, presses the open button, pulls out a bundle of space dollars, hands them over and says, "Please leave my garage and never come back."
This was good business. I leave the glass on the floor, I pick the money, and I leave.
What in the Sam hell?
That's how you make. That's
Can
how
one
you
of you
make
give me
money.
sorry, Vaughn. Can you give me a quick rundown? Sorry for taking out for that long time. I did not mean to go for it that
It's
long.
all good, Arbiter. I just like to imagine your character was just watching this all in complete disbelief.
Yes.
As we did terrible things.
I don't know. I'm pretty morally ambiguous. What'd you guys fucking do?
So they, well, you got the engine by fighting your way through the scrap heap, and setting off explosives in a crowd. The disc brakes, Coop was able to charm the yokel into selling them. Then they were able to they sought out a rival gang to the Firebirds, conveniently named the Water Cats, and were able to convince them that the Firebirds were planning a raid to steal some of their car parts. Then talked the idiotic thugs they left behind guarding the cars into looking the other way while they stripped the suspension and transmission out of one of the Water Cats' cars, and Kloth has just finished deeply scarring for life a random passerby mechanic using a handful of broken glass in exchange for a couple hundred space bucks.
Hey, you know what? Money's money. Easy funds.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are we looking for now?
You have all the parts. You basically just need a place to put this thing together. And I was going to say, if you'd like to assemble your car, doing it in public before a race is probably going to attract the wrong kind of attention. So you'd need to find somewhere... Psycho.
I'm gonna do a lore check to see where we could find this quiet.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know shit. All right. I'll do a resource to see if I have anything.
Yep. Okay. Well, somewhere quiet, no, but certainly in the on the sort of townward side of the scrap yards, you could absolutely there's usually garages to rent, often at exorbitant rates this close to the main event, but you could definitely sort of rent yourself a quiet spot with some basic security to keep the drifters out.
We'll head over there, then place our shit together.
Okay.
Well, do I have a hideout, or do any of us have any sort
I don't
of...
really have anything.
That's what I kind of did that roll for, so I'm assuming I don't have shit in this city.
Yeah, we can say that you have you have the cash sufficient to buy a sort of small garage space outright. If you'd like to make a resources roll or spend a fate point to sort of retroactively declare that you have a hideout, I would allow that as well. But I figured with you all being kind of nomadic drifters.
No, okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah, makes sense. I have a quick
garage.
question. How long has it been since we talked to your own?
So I'd say by this point it's been at least a few hours.
Okay.
It's like well into the middle of the night, but again, this close to the races, like the scrapyard is active 24/7. There's always people doing stuff.
I just want to know like how close it was to the end of that 48-hour mark.
Oh, you've got time. You've got time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let's head in and get the shit fucked up, boys. I will actually, when we're at the garage, I have an idea. Let's just do that.
I will watch as you do.
Well,
Because I have better than no.
Yep.
I have no skill in repairing anything.
So what's
let's
the
go.
Jhonniebird can only destroy, never fix.
what's it called? Succeeding with style. What is that?
I mean, like in terms of game rules?
In terms of whatever you do, like let's say because it says when you succeed with style, is that just like a general success or?
Oh,
Or is that like the equivalent of a natural one?
that's odd. Succeeding with style is not a regular bit of terminology. Interpreting
I saw
result.
that mentioned somewhere as well.
Yeah,
on an overcome action.
other games.
I don't know. You want to just like tag that down as just regular if you succeed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. I just
Yeah, I
don't
don't
recall that phrasing being used in Fate. Anyway,
Yeah. All right, let's go to this garage place and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you'd rolled that was a what, a +3 total on your resources?
The +0.
+0. Okay.
Yeah. Well, +3 minus 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah. 2. Okay. Yeah. So you do you want to play through sort of negotiating a garage, or do you want to just say that you were able to snag a nice-ish spot? You know, last opening in a big bustling garage space.
Honestly, whatever works. So we're actually, can I maybe do, or can anyone here who has better lore than me, can do a check to see if little Miss, what's her name?
Yancey.
Miss Yancey happens to be around here.
Yeah, somebody would like to make a roll, go for it.
I have no lore.
Y'all a bunch of idiots.
I mean, he focuses on the here and now. Jhonniebird doesn't need to know about everything else.
You are free to make a lore at +0 if you don't have lore.
2.
Okay, yeah, no. You know that Yancey does in fact have, by virtue of her family ties, she's got a primo spot in the Yaron and Sons livery stable and private garages in sort of the upscale or slightly more upscale part of the scrapyard that leads out on the sort of nicer areas of racetrack. And you think you might just be able to talk your way into getting a slot or two in the place.
Would it be possible to call our contact and say, hey, we have an idea, we'd like to have access to this in order to help keep Miss Yancey safe?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can dial him up, and Thermo answers and says, "Hey, what do you want? How's things?"
Hey, doing well. We got ourselves, well, let's just say we got ourselves a bit of an excuse, really, to kind of keep an eye on things too. We got our little opening. However, we do, we know Miss Yancey is staying at the, yeah.
At the
what's the name?
The
Yaron and Sons stable, and we know it's a bit something. Is it possible for us to get access to that kind of thing if you can finesse it? If say we could say rent out something for relatively cheap.
It's any other time, especially given the circumstance, I'd be happy to oblige, but the place is pretty full up. Listen, tell you what, you could do me a personal favor here. Billy Guffo, he's in Unit 35. He owes a few months back rent, and well, he's got a few he knows some dirt on the family that we wouldn't like getting out. If you can persuade him to leave, I'll give you his spot. No charges asked.
Got you. And just to clarify real quick, at the end of the day, as long it sounded like he had some, he said dirt on the family. So as long as, let's just say, he's out of here at the end of the day, that'll be fine.
Off-world or 6 feet under don't mean much to me. Just don't mention the boss, and everything will go smooth like.
All right, I understand.
Why would we mention the boss?
That's the spirit.
All right. There we go.
Remember, Unit 35, and well, give me a call when he's out of there, and I'll talk to the stable manager and see what we can work out.
Understood. All right. I'm feeling kind of sneaky today, boys. What do you guys think? Oh, I should have asked him. What's the deets on Mr. Unit 35? Any other people? Any other? I guess I'll just call him back and ask. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't happen to have any deets as to
That's all we need to know.
Anyone else in there? Say, is it just him?
Last I heard, Guffo was looking to put together a racing team, so he's probably got a navigator with him, but, no, beyond, owing us some back rent, well, again, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, saw some things he shouldn't have seen, and, well, he's really stuck in my craw ever since. I wouldn't be too worried about him, he's all talk.
Understood.
Alright. I like
Alright.
that kind of guy. It's kill.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
'Kay.
So, as said, I'm just gonna kind of talk this over with the party real quick. I'm feeling a bit sneaky nowadays, right about now. Again, we probably shouldn't draw attention to ourselves with the whole, you know, we got to keep a low profile for the family thing.
Yeah.
How's about you say we try something? Maybe we could definitely get into the warehouse too, although we should probably do something relatively quiet in taking them out.
Yeah, Thermo assures you that, like, you know, he'll call ahead to let them know you're coming, and that that warehouse security will look the other way, but he can't speak to whatever Guffo's got set up for his particular unit.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
You can get in the front door, but beyond that, it's up to you.
All right.
How about this? I got an idea. How about we kind of like, we navigate our little, car, right? Up to the entrance of his unit, right? And then we get away to like make him run out, and then she rams it right into him, right? And then it's just an accident.
We haven't even put these new parts in, and you're wanting to destroy more?
Well, the old car, not the new one.
This is the same car.
Yes, you are using the chassis of Thusi's car for this.
We are going to be using the base skeleton. Of
You do have a bike.
You are not using my bike for this. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, bikes are a bit unreliable. Oh, I could use. I do have my old spaceship. Could we use that?
I
Yeah.
don't think, I feel like there might be some collateral damage with that, and I think security is going to be looking the other way a bit. There's only so far we can push them, you know?
Exactly.
That's true. All right.
I guess we'll just set our parts out, and well, security's going to look the other way. We can probably afford a little bit of sound.
Yeah. We go out there.
We'll probably try a little, you know, shotgun at the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right, let's do it. Any objections? Any other ideas?
Let's get going.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you, following the directions that Thermo sent you, and because you know the city fairly well, you make your way up to sort of the higher class end of town. I mean, you're still within the scrapyard, but you know this is the place where like the garages don't have barbed wire fences around their part shops, and you know guards lurking outside with big threatening laser shotguns. And you do indeed see the big illuminated neon sign of your own and son's livery stables and luxury garages. And sort of, approaching you, you give a quick nod to the doorman who waves you through pretty much, and pick your way down the line. There's all kinds of cars being worked on. This place is just as bustling, but here, you know, the teams of engineers are like wearing uniforms, and the cars look a bit more legit and upscale than they were lower down in the scrapyard. But you pick your way over to Unit 35, which appears to be buttoned up tight, with all the lights off, in fact. It's almost one of the only units in the line that's not currently sort of wide open with a car being worked on in it.
Since I have, since it's a bit dark, are there any doors open, any other extremities that we can see into the lot?
In this case, no. The sort of main garage door and the little sort of access door next to it are both sealed shut, and it looks like the windows on them have been papered over.
Paper, how interesting. Okay,
Do I have any parts on me?
Yes. Always.
I'd like to knock on the door.
Ooh, sound effects, nice. So there's no response, but Thusi, you distinctly hear sort of movement and what sounds like whispering coming from inside.
Can I answer?
Anyone buying parts here? Pots and pots.
There's sort of a bit more shuffling, and like you see like one corner of the paper on the window being pulled back and then dropped, and a voice inside says, "No, we're not buying. Go away."
Got some good stuff. Good quality.
Not interested. Piss off, or I'm calling security.
You should. It's real good. Real good quality. Got it just new.
All right, I got an idea. I have
Low
an idea.
prices. Guarantees.
You hear kind
I'll
of
get you an extended warranty.
as you break out your patter Thusi, you hear a sound coming from inside that sounds like pretty distinctly like somebody dragging a heavy piece of furniture in front of a door. If you had to guess.
Which way does the door open? Does it swing inside or swing outside?
It appears to swing out.
Swing out. Not
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Can I like invoke my trouble and basically kind of try and intimidate him into letting us in?
Sure, yeah. Go for it. Spend that fate point and absolutely.
Well, I mean the trouble, not the aspect.
So you're trying to get a fate point back? So you can invoke your trouble for a bonus by spending a fate point. Your trouble works just like your other aspects for that purpose. If you can justify it, which you can because you have a bad reputation, so of course a local would be kind of scared of you.
I'll do that. But okay.
Okay.
So I knock on the door. I go. You might want to let us in unless you want to. Let's go. That's.
Out of curiosity, question real quick, Vaughn. I have a weapon on me, right? Like a
Yes.
pistol or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of have it like drawn and like kind of hold it close to me since I'm a short ass motherfucker and kind of just like away from the window. Hopefully they won't see it.
Okay. So Jhonniebird, you sort of approach the window and like, go to talk and knock on it, and you hear sort of like a Jhonniebird. Oh fuck! And roll me please a notice roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just Jhonniebird, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Do I get the +2 from the aspect?
For this one, no.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay, I'm gonna do some rolling on my end. Oof.
+2 to notice as well.
Okay, so you're able to duck out of the way just in time as a blast of laser shotgun fire shatters the window.
All right, welcome to combat, boys.
Bloody hell, mate.
Can I try
Do
fiddling
we
with the
have
lock?
like initiative, or how does this work?
So it doesn't have initiative. We basically just sort of take turns describing actions. There isn't really a formal turn order.
Okay.
Okay.
Fate is bare bones to the point it assumes you will be homebrewing an initiative system for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now that that's doing its own thing too, I'm gonna try and use whatever tools I have to try and kind of since the door swings outward, I'm just gonna try and see if I can get the lock on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that one, I'm short, and two, they push something in front of it that they're gonna be unable to like.
Yeah, judging by the continuous volleys of laser shotgun blasts going through the window, it looks like they can only sort of aim above waist height. So by hunkering down, yeah, you can get to the doorknob without being in too much difficulty. Thusi, what are you doing?
I'd like to shoot a shot right back through that window.
All right, roll me a shoot, please. Kloth, you doing anything?
And I have +2 to shoot.
That's gonna be a 3.
All right. Kloth, are you here? Are you with us? There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
I hear you, Mr. Brazil.
It's muted. I was talking muted.
Yes.
I thought people.
It'd be like
Thank
that.
you for making Brazil jokes. That's very funny. I was muted. Sorry. So I want to get my bombs.
All
I'm gonna
right.
throw a grenade in there. That'd be a bit overkill.
Sorry, I want to get my bombs ready to the mine ones. You know, the ones that I put on the ground.
Yep.
I want to get them ready in specific locations, and I point them out, like where they're at to my team, not to them.
So you're laying sort of a mine on the floor in front of the door, kind of thing.
Yep,
Okay.
Wait, I'm at the door. Don't do that.
mine.
He's at the door. He's doing the lockpick.
Well, as long as you don't
Yeah,
step
exactly.
on it, you'll be fine.
But I'm
Yeah.
gonna swing it out, won't I?
That's
Are there,
fine,
wait,
he's at the
wait,
door,
aren't there
so
two doors?
he
I'm
just,
at the
you know.
access door. Is he doing it at, like, the main garage? Which door are you doing it at, Kloth?
Yeah.
You could
Where
throw
he's
it
coming
in the
out of.
room.
That works too.
Yeah, you.
Oh.
So you could. So yeah, this is a garage with like a
around.
person-sized door next to a big, sort of folding garage door. So you could mine the folding garage door to stop him
just
from
let him
driving out.
around.
Just what?
I'm gonna
Sorry, what was that last thing, Kloth? I didn't hear you.
Just let him around. I'm gonna find him later.
So you're
Haphazard
just
mine.
you're just throwing mines around just in case.
Just
in
for
case,
sure.
yeah.
Just to be
All
sure.
right, sure. Yeah, so you scatter a miscellaneous number of mines around the area. Thusi, you take a shot off, and you hear a yelp from inside. You think you've winged someone, though it's sort of hard to see. The interior of the space is lit only by the flash of laser blasts. The other patrons are keeping their distance, and building security doesn't seem to be in any hurry to come over here.
I'm gonna go around to the side and kind of like try to draw their fire. I'm gonna like bang on the walls of the garage and shout, "Here's Johnny!"
You've been waiting all fucking session to make that goddamn joke.
You have been.
No, I haven't. I actually didn't even think about it.
What is that, like a provoke?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
certainly roll a provoke to sort of distract them.
I'll try that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's not the mouse. Oh, wait, I don't have any provoke. Doesn't work.
It's all good. So you bang on the side of the unit, and like a couple seconds later, a blast of laser fire burns away right where you were hitting. They seem to be really, really keen to shoot you through walls, Johnny.
So wait, is that
They don't wanna-
is the area where they shot through now a hole in the wall?
Certainly not big enough for a person to get through, but definitely a hole in the wall, yes.
To shoot through.
Yes.
All right, they've just fucked their cover. Good shit. I'm gonna try actually picking the door now. What's that gonna be? Craft?
Burglary.
Oh, is that like its own thing?
Yes, it's a skill, yeah. I would also allow craft, yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I do crafts? Because I have a +4 on that one.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Cheers. All right, that's just
Okay.
+4.
Yeah, they have nice locks, but you have big hammers. And it's like relatively trivially easy to just like smack the lock out of the door. And it swings wide open, revealing that they do indeed have a like large and quite heavy tool cabinet rolled in front of the door.
All right. Is that my action, or am I allowed to like?
No.
Like...
Yeah, what would you like to do next?
Well, I'd like to kind of like try maybe peeking inside and taking a shot off if I see any of them.
Yeah. Okay. These the inside is dark, and they seem to be sort of half hiding behind the bulk of a partially completed car that's inside. It's unclear. You can't tell in the darkness if it's up on blocks or if it's sort of intact, but it certainly looks big and tough enough to absorb some serious fire. And there's two of them for sure, and they're both sort of haphazardly directing blasts of laser shotgun fire towards the doorway, but not hitting much. Well, actually, let me do a couple rolls here and see if they're hitting much.
I do have danger sense, so I have like a notice thing if there's like anything for that.
All right. Yeah, I will have you make me a because you're poking your head through. Please make me a spot roll.
Spot roll?
Yeah.
Or notice
Actually,
or spot?
notice. Sorry. I'm used to playing a system where notice is spot. So I keep saying spot. It should be notice.
Don't worry. And I do have the danger sense thing, so that might take effect. If...
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
minus
notice.
one. Yeah, -1/+1. Notice danger sense that takes effect. But conceal the unimpeded. I'm unimpeded.
Okay.
For that.
Yeah, they're They rolled very well, and they rolled to shoot you. I'm sorry. You sort of recognize that one of them is leveling the barrel of their shotgun at you as you realize, like, slightly too late that you're kind of silhouetted against the outside, just peeking your head over. Isn't
there like a giant tool cabinet in front of me, and I'm like 3 feet tall?
Yes, but you need to peek up and over the tool cabinet to see inside.
So I'm like climbing over it.
Yeah. So you drop down, but just in time to get a painful but not particularly severe scorch across the forehead, just sort of at the lower edge of your helmet.
Ouch.
And you're going to tick off your first stress box for me, please.
For physical or mental?
Physical.
That brings me down to 2.
So you're lightly injured, but nothing serious, and that'll heal up at the end of combat, unless it gets made worse.
Ouch. Well, there's 2 of them in there. That's unfortunate.
So yes.
I think it's either coupon. I think it's coupon's turn now.
Yeah, team, your squad mate is injured. What do you do?
I don't see it.
I want to get it.
I'm gonna take another shot at the person who just shot at him.
Roll it. Also, why does this music have, like, people talking about random shit?
That'll be a 4, because I have +2.
All right. Yeah, you take a sort of half-blind shot, and judging by the yelling, definitely connect with something solid. And the shooting back goes silent for a moment, and you both hear the rustling and the clunk of vehicle doors. And then, quite suddenly, the roar of an engine from inside. They seem to have decided that shooting back's not worth it.
Gotta get some more mines.
Trying to make it look like an accident.
Kloth, hurry.
Marissa, can you deal with that?
Sorry. Can I just use found a shiny, maybe? So I can blow it up.
Well, you can spot the shiny because it's the shining of the headlights of the car that are visible even through the papered-over windows. And judging by your expert, yeah, absolutely.
What I roll for the F?
I believe you had a talent that let you use craft to make attacks. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so
there's no time like bomb time.
there is no time like bomb time. Roll it.
Well, shit.
2 plus whatever your craft is.
Yeah, what's your craft score?
I think I blow myself. Craft?
Yeah.
It's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still a +1, so you're good.
I almost blow myself up, but...
Yeah, you
I fucking hate me.
They all hate us. They hate us all, Kloth.
Yeah, you guys have been rolling remarkably poorly this game. I'm so sorry.
I mean, come on.
We're all victims of the dice.
The dice
Makes things more
takes
interesting.
no friends, allies. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, you huck a bomb through the front window, which goes off but doesn't seem to do any serious damage. However, what does do serious damage is their race car. The Guffo's race car, like, bursting through the garage door and driving straight onto one of your landmines. And it explodes, flipping the car over, and I'll have you all roll me physique to get out of the way as a burning, exploding race car smashes its way out of the front of the garage.
40F?
Do I have to roll?
Everybody!
My physique is +2, so I get 2.
Alright, yeah. Thusi, you throw yourself out of the way.
That's 1 on me.
I'm on the other
My physique is 1.
Oof, I got 0. I got a 1 for physique, so I got a 0.
Big O.
Alright, yeah, Johnny, you,
Hey, I'm on the other side of the garage.
Yeah, but he's on the other. Yeah, he's like on like.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Okay, Johnny, no, fair point. Yeah, you were on the side of the garage, so you're okay. So, Kloth, sorry, what's your total physique score here?
It's 1.
Okay. All right, so you're all able to wait. Arbiter, you haven't rolled yet.
I did. It's the minus.
Oh,
one
it's the
plus
mi-
two.
It's
Minus
for,
one, okay.
It's
All right.
for-
Yes, so you all dust yourselves off as this sort of car creaks to a halt, and sort of the driver's side door pops open, and a man in sort of a fairly, or the remains of a fairly fancy racing uniform with a big laser burn on one shoulder sort of staggers out and says, all right, I give up. Who are you people?
Bloody hell, I told you I'm Jhonniebird.
You want money? God, just leave us alone, please.
And also you gotta get. So how fucking healthy?
What
is
does
this
this hat look like?
He's wearing an 11 gallon. It's got rhinestones on the rim. He seems like a real tough. He does.
I'm just gonna try and force his ass to the ground so someone else can like do the finishing blow. Because I'm pissed that I'm assuming his one hit me and I'm mad. So I'm just gonna try and get his ass to the ground and let one of my fucking glorious party mates just cap his ass, I guess.
Well, I was just gonna let him leave, honestly.
Nah. We gotta go all the way in.
The woman in the passenger seat says, Billy, no! Please leave my husband alone. We'll do anything. We have money. We can pay you off.
How about you get your asses out of here? Wait, don't have to roll. Don't have to. Actually.
You'll do anything, you say?
Anything. I promise. Is this something to do with the Euroans? We didn't mean any trouble for Mr. Euro. No trouble at all.
You gotta get yourself off this planet.
Yeah.
Don't care how you do it. Just get out.
Well,
Racing. Nothing
You got money, get yourself a ship. Go on.
We'll buy the first tickets off world. Next ship. Just let us get our things in the garage, and we don't want any trouble.
Thanks.
One second. No taking the shotgun, and definitely keep the car, or what's left of it. I should say.
Hold on. I want to go into the garage first. I don't want them picking up another weapon that they have.
Sorry. I lost my voice for a
So
second.
I'm just gonna kind of go into the garage and take a look around to make sure that they're not like hiding any explosives or weapons.
Yep. Roll me an investigate, please.
-2 plus investigate, just flat 0.
Okay. You see where they dropped one of their shotguns, and you're able to sort of pick it up and stash it. But this is a fairly big cluttered room, and the clutter's only been made worse by some of the lights have been shot out and damaged by the explosion. There could be weapons hidden here, but you can't see them.
What you need to grab from inside, I can get it.
It says just some of our personal effects. We're not hiding anything. We have a bag with some family heirlooms, and we just want that, and we'll leave. I promise.
Where is it?
Do I see the bag? Did I see the bag?
There is indeed a little sort of duffel bag sitting on one of the shelves.
Can I grab it and search it, or is it too tall for me to get?
No, you you can stand on. Yeah, you have to drag a stool over, but you can grab grab the bag. It appears to be full of some nice-ish clothing and a couple of passports and some wallets containing a wide variety of space credit cards, but nothing serious.
I just zip up the bag and say, bag's clean, and then just kind of waddle on out and hand it to them. And it's like, okay, fuck out of here.
Okay,
Well,
we're
Wait, no, wait. I want to see you buy the ticket. Buy it on your digimagotch.
He pulls out his digimagotch, which is of course the space term for cell phone. I'm writing this down. No. A digimagotch, of course. It's like a watch and a digital phone and a magoo. I don't know. Fuck. I'm a big fan of the yes and school of GMing. So if in Space Future a phone is called a Digimagotch, then by God, it's a Digimagotch.
Yeah.
Or what else would we call it?
Yeah, God.
I want to see them do their two-factor authentication. Shit. Let's go.
So yeah, he like seemingly utterly terrified by the looming presence of this armed car hijacker and the fact that he's got a giant fucking laser bird in one shoulder. He like shakily buys 2 tickets to the next planet over from the sort of city spaceport and sort of confirms it and shows you the ticket stubs and says, "Can we go now, please?"
Get going. Gotta catch that flight.
Run after them a little bit, and I go, hey, right before we leave.
What'd you see, anyways, with the Euros?
Roll me either a provoke or a rapport. He's gonna need some
I'll roll rapport because I am trying to figure it out. I really am curious.
Okay. Roll it. Okay.
That's 2.
He says, "Well, I mean, if we're skipping town for a while, look, if it means you won't follow us any further, God, you smell so bad."
Bloody hell, the bed shake wears off after a while, okay?
If you have to know, I was down at had some business at the Planetary Defense Headquarters, yes, a few days ago, and I swear I saw Yancey and some of her people loading what I could have sworn was a crate full of anti-tank missiles into the back of a truck. It looks like she was buying them direct from the Planetary Defense Forces, and well, you know what the rules say: no weapons, right? That can't be up to any good with that kind of hardware, you know.
Technically, the rule is no offensive weaponry, but yeah.
You know, maybe. Well, she's gotta break through the defenses, you know? Anyways, that's all I know. Just keep your little mouth shut to everybody else about it, alright?
Yeah, of course. Subtlety's my middle name. Look, can we just please get to the spaceport now? I want to leave this damn planet.
Get going.
Yeah, trustworthy as a toucan, that's why they call me Jhonniebird. Scuttle on out.
I simultaneously love and hate your slogan. It's so stupid. It's great.
I would like to give a quick call to our Jerry Thermo friend.
Yep, sure. He says, "This is Thermo. What can I do for you?"
Hi, Thermo. That Billy Guffo fella from Unit 35.
Yeah.
He should be headed right out of town shortly. He's taking the AM PDF Extra 5AU53 flight. So, I don't know if you might be able to send someone over and make sure he gets upon it, but he should be right out of your hair.
Yeah, I'm looking over in the direction of the stables right now, and I can see the rising pillar of smoke. Oh, yeah, and that's them on the other line. Excellently done. Well, we'll foot the bill for any damages, but good. Consider the unit yours. Security will help you settle in if you need me.
Thank you.
The damages are their fault.
Exactly what I like to hear. Well done,
That's more
team.
of what they owe you.
Well-
Alright. In that regard, I'll like go in
Yeah.
and start like kind of clearing out.
Yeah, it
Alright.
seems
I
to
would try
be.
to see if like
Yeah.
if compare the parts of like our car to their car.
Yeah, actually, is there
Okay.
anything salvageable on their car?
Having, run into several landmines and burst through a door and been flipped upside down and set on fire, the car is not in great shape parts-wise. Like, it looks like this thing had some fairly nice parts that you kind of all just ruined. But poking around under the hood, you discover, there's a fairly hefty laser machine gun buried in where one of the headlights should be. That's
Oh,
Is it
look at
salvageable?
him calling out anti-tank missiles when he's got a laser gun. What do you
of
know?
course. Yeah, no, the power supply is not in the best of shape, but the weapon itself looks pretty salvageable.
All right, I'm gonna try and salvage that. Nothing. See what I can do.
All right,
with it.
roll me a craft, please, and see if you can pull
Okay.
it. As you sort of work together to sort of get this thing back upright and drag it back
That is a
into.
+4.
Damn, so it is. All right, crafty.
Can I help him?
He doesn't need much help in salvaging the gun, but yeah, if you want to do another craft to see if you can pull any other useful odds and ends out of this this wreck, go for it.
And that should be with a +3.
Okay, so that's a +1 total. Let me see here. Yeah, no. In terms of like really key stuff, it looks like this was a fairly nicely fitted out car. But again, you guys did some fairly substantial. Well, technically, Marissa did some fairly substantial damage to it fairly quickly.
We're rolling this together, okay?
However, you know, Thusi, what you are able to salvage, hanging from the dice, somewhere or the dashboard, somewhere incongruously, is a really nice pair of fuzzy dice. Like,
I take those, baby. What color are they?
I don't know. What color are they?
Orange.
Boom, orange fuzzy dice. They're yours.
Orange.
Barely singed.
Now
Oh,
I'll
that's
never
Perfect.
How did those survive?
I'm gonna go grab my vehicle so it's not sitting alone on the street and make it the way over here.
Yep. No, the
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like if security actually starts doing their jobs, I'm gonna start like kind of clearing out the wreckage and taking. I'm gonna kind of
Yeah,
like,
they,
bring the laser machine gun in and just kind of plop it down and be like, "Oh, that's some nasty contraband. I'll have to deal with this." As I like kind of stash it away discreetly somewhere.
Yeah, the site security like very pointedly avoid eye contact with you as they help you extinguish fires and sort of wave spectators away. As you're sort of as Thusi's parking your car and you're sort of getting the wreck squared away, one of the garage attendants sort of very like bowing and scraping comes up to you and says, "Would you folks like for us to take care of this unfortunate bit of litter currently occupying your spot, sirs and madams?"
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Some of it's gonna be a pain.
I mean, yeah.
Certainly, sir. Certainly, we're very
Littering feet.
very appreciative of your commitment to anti-littering prevention measures and your support of your own family. We'll have that dealt with right away. And within about 5 minutes, there's like a forklift dragging away this car wreck, and you have yourself a spot.
All right.
Love them all.
I'm gonna get okay. Since we're doing that too, I'm gonna immediately start tinkering with what we have and trying to get something up and running
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna.
the parts that we have. So what do we have, like parts wise?
So you currently you have your sweet, compact but quite powerful SpeedTech 490 racing motorcycle engine. You've got a decent set of ceramic disc brakes. You've got a Varirex racing transmission and some fast core hydropneumatic racing shocks you stripped out of the Watercats car, and you got yourself a sweet laser machine gun and some orange fuzzy dice.
What more could you want?
Yeah, what more could you want to? So.
Oh, and because this is Thusi's car, we'll say you've also got a reinforced ram in the front bumper.
All right, so that's a motorcycle engine you have, right?
But it's a big, chunky motorcycle engine.
Okay, is there any way I can possibly retrofit that onto her car if need be?
He said earlier that we could.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that then.
Might even be enough room there to pack it in on top of or in addition to the engine that's already there if you finesse it enough.
Let's try it.
I'm gonna give him a little slap on the side of my head.
Okay.
What's she
So-
doing touching my vehicle?
Gonna see if I can do something with this too. Looks like you might try to do something with this engine here. See if there's anything that you would see if we can get some
You
upgrades.
would dare to touch a lady's vehicle without her permission?
All right.
You
then.
wouldn't.
Would you mind if I took a look at it?
No, I will take a look at it first.
All right. Have a nice day. Have a pleasure. I'll at least do a favor and put the fuzzy dice here on your.
I will put the fuzzy dice in my vehicle.
Children,
Fine.
please.
And I just waddle
Bloody.
along, sad now that I don't get to do
Bloody
anything.
hell, Eric, you're doing
That's it too.
Fact.
All right. Yeah. So Thusi, you think looking at the engine he was able to salvage, yeah, you could definitely like the way your equipment's set up. You could probably like jam this engine in the trunk and work up something with the transmission. And well, you definitely have a good spot. You know, you remove the boring old pair of green fuzzy dice you had that was like half covered in dried blood, and put in the new brand spanking pair of orange fuzzy dice that really ties the cab together. But yeah, no, you think you could? Well, you know this car like the back of your hand. You could fairly easily tear it apart and get it souped up.
You can help, Shorty.
Okay. I waddle back on in and try and, you know, I start finessing with the engine, see what I can do with it.
So, given that you're all to a degree competent mechanics, with the possible exception of, well, I don't know about Jhonniebird and maybe Kloth. Kloth is a competent mechanic for some things.
I have
I
better.
can repair spaceships, not as good as cars. I don't know if there's like the same mindset, tool set.
I can make bombs.
I do have better than new. So, is there anything on that could be damaged that I could try and maybe repair?
Yeah, I was going to say, so I'm not going to make you roll to, you know, get the car up and running. You're all competent enough mechanics to get this car in racing shape, for sure. The question is, like, what kind of extras can you work up or add in based on the parts you can scavenge and the odds and ends you can find in the garage?
I was thinking,
Let's try
one
and get
quick
that
question.
laser in.
I'm gonna try my stunt to see if I can do something with the engine. At the very least.
Sorry, Spambot. What was that?
I was gonna ask one thing. So, just about the rules of the race. How many people can be in a car for the race?
Rules of the race is 2, but again, the moment people leave the starting line, there's not really much actual supervision on the track.
Well, I was only thinking, like, because we could, theoretically, we could each have 2 people on a car, like me, like Thusi and Kloth, or me and Erik, or a switch of the 2.
I could probably easily hide in the car. I'm gonna be real with you.
You do also have the motorbike that could,
Yeah, motorbike.
We could probably have the motorbike like ooh, we could probably have it so you know, like those like little squad like thingies that they have on like most motorcycles. You have like sidecars. It's like a sidecar except you like kind of hook the motorbike up to it. So it's like you officially start separate, but then you kind of fucking Power Rangers merge.
You kind of
yeah. I love it.
Together.
I love it. Yeah, no. If you want to roll me a craft roll to make a way where you can connect your motorbike up to the car, I'm so there.
I'm gonna ask Coupon's character first. It's like, hey, Coupon's character's name.
Thusi.
I have an idea here. You might be interested.
And?
Well, you see, the race requires that we have only 2 people in one vehicle, but I do have a fancy little idea to get around that. If we manage to, say, have a nice little connect, like, with my bike here, we can kind of hook it up on the side, you know, kind of like a squat, kind of like, you know, those little side cars, you feel?
The rules don't say anything about if, by chance, competing vehicles become inextricably connected together or, you know, stuck to each other. That wouldn't be against the rules if 2 competitors, you know, bumped into each other and their cars got stuck together.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would be wacky. Definitely not rule breaking.
And it would definitely get us a little bit more firepower if we can hook up the bike at the very least.
Can your bike keep up with my car?
It might not even need to if we get this. Depending on how big the engine is too. We only really need it at the start. Once it's caught up and hooked in, it's just an extra weapons platform to say.
What kind of weapons can you get on that thing?
We got the laser cannon. I could probably hook up something with that on the back anyway.
On the back of the car or on the back of the bike?
I could use the bike's power for that one too. The power source from the people we just happened to have it donated from us to is not going to work, so I'll see if I can finagle something here.
On the car or on the bike?
On my bike. Your car is probably going to need everything it can handle for the speed.
Definitely.
Or well,
Sounds like a
your
great
car better than I
plan.
do. Do you think your car can handle it?
Alrighty then.
I like that can-do attitude.
Get
Alright,
some.
man.
I'm gonna do that crafts roll now. See what I can do.
Sure. Yep. You
That's
make your
1
bike
plus-
into a combiner. Love it.
1 plus 4. That's 5.
All right. So yeah, working through the rest of the night and into next day, you are able to assemble a system whereby you can basically like drive your car or your bike and sort of get one wheel into the trunk of Thusi's car and have it basically just immediately snap in and switch over to pretty much be a trailer with a big fucking laser turret on it.
All right, that works about too. A little bit of rear turret action.
Mm-hmm.
How? So did Goop?
This is of course in addition to getting the new engine installed in Thusi's car and getting the new brakes and suspension and converting it into a genuine. Can somebody queue up Grease Lightning for me? Into a genuine racing machine. So, would anybody else like to attempt any modifications or customization?
Yeah.
I
Or
would like.
The only thing I would probably do is
I'll
just
sort of give
put a
you one
bird
each.
cage Back seat.
What in the back seat?
Bird cage.
Like, convert it into one, or
No, just put
just
one in
put
there.
one in? Okay.
like a mini aviary to like
Yeah,
have your
exactly.
army at.
Exactly. You get it. Have my servants at my beck and call.
I would like to, if they are not already, have some spikes coming out of my wheels, like some Mad Max shit.
All right, roll me.
Those are defensive, of course.
Yes, roll me a
Of
craft
course.
to make sure that you already had a few wheel spikes, but you've got lots of spare parts to maximize your wheel spikeage. But roll me that
So-
craft.
My craft is +3.
Yeah.
So that is a 6.
Holy shit! Yeah, no, you're You realize that one of the nicer toolkits in this garage that wasn't too badly damaged is full of what appear to be like diamond carbide industrial drill bits. So you're pretty sure once you get these things wedged into the tires, like you could drive across just about any surface on Earth, and this thing will grip.
Lovely.
I like it, yeah.
Upgraded.
Upgrade.
Very cool.
All right. So, what time is it right now? Wise.
It is morning, but we have one more cloth. What kind of customization would you like to add to your
Yes.
nightmare car?
I would like to put some little babies on the sides, just to be sure that no one.
You mean bombs? Like,
You mean bombs?
Yeah,
it's just
little
bombs.
babies. Little babies.
Thusi is gonna allow you to put bombs on her car.
I don't think I will.
Oh.
Aw.
What about like a rocket launcher or something on the top?
That
Or
would be
like
good.
hidden?
There you go.
Just like-
Vaughn, I also did mean like out of the side like that.
Okay,
as
yeah.
Well. Yeah, okay. Just to clarify.
Okay. Yeah, no, you could use this car as an industrial drill at this point. It's real spiky.
It's real spiky. I like that.
Okay, yeah. So Kloth, yeah, no. Thusi vetoes the idea of you attaching explosives directly to the outside of the car. But poking around the garage, these people had like a lot of. Again, they had a pretty nice setup, and you are naturally attracted to the shininess of the gauges on the very large welding setup. Full of several big tanks of extremely flammable gases. And you know from experience, of course, that a tank full of flammable gas is just about one step away from a smallish and very explodey rocket. So, food for thought. Just, putting your options out there.
The rocket launcher should never go together.
I think they should always go together.
But, Kloth, I leave it up to you to decide what you want to do with the materials given you.
Just put some shiny things over there.
Sorry, the names of the vertical parts, Coupon?
Vehicle.
Oh, like the actual... You want the full parts list?
Yeah, if you have it
Okay,
printed
yeah,
off, that'd
I
be
do,
great.
yeah. This is your full parts list at the moment.
Thank you. Oh no, I mean of the transmission and all of the fancy names.
Oh yeah, no, they're in there.
Oh,
So you've got a Variorex racing transmission and a Fast Corp hydropneumatic racing shocks, and a laser machine gun and orange fuzzy dice on the other ends. Yeah, Kloth, what would you like to do with the bits available to you?
The shiny things I found on the car.
What?
You know.
What? Okay, and
just just sneak up some babies.
What are you saying?
Sneak up some babies, just letting some, just to be sure.
So you're trying to attach explosives to the car while Thusi is watching you, even though she told you don't attach explosives to my car. Roll it.
Just
Can I attempt to try and help him if he tries?
If the heart don't see it, the heart wait. If the eye don't see it, the heart won't feel it. What do I roll?
Craft, please.
Do I roll to see if I see this?
Yeah, you can spot, sure. Or notice. Sorry, why do I keep saying spot? Fuck. How good is your notice?
My notice is +2.
What's Marissa's craft?
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, Thusi, you're pretty sure Marissa's setting up like a flamethrower system with these flammable gas tanks?
It's gonna be fine.
But after the like 4th or 5th layer of random wiring and piping, and it's like 4 in the morning, you're not entirely sure anymore. It's probably gonna be fine. Marissa seems confident that it's gonna be fine.
You gonna shoot him?
Me?
Well, yeah. Are you gonna shoot at him?
At who?
Well, who do you think? Anyone who tries to get too close.
I'm not very good with guns.
Not with guns. With what that you're making.
I'm not making any. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are making something.
I don't.
You are that. I know for a fact
Not.
in my brain that is something. I don't know what it is.
It's just shiny. It's just shiny. I mean,
Oh my god!
never seen a shiny. It's,
Yeah, but is
shiny.
Is it gonna shoot?
I don't. Maybe. I don't know.
As long as they're gonna blow up in our faces, I think it's
long as it's
Ah,
gonna shoot.
It's gonna do sound. It's gonna do sound.
And with that,
Go to sleep.
yes, with that you all realize that it is now like 9 a.m. and that you've been working continuously on this nightmare Gary's mod car for like the past 12 hours. And it is... Mwah, it is a thing of beauty. It's got a bird cage in the back. It's got a combining motorbike with a laser gun turret on it. It's got wheel spikes that could cut through God. You're all pretty proud of this machine you put together. As you sort of pack it in for the night and resolve to get some shut-eye, though, you all kind of simultaneously have the one realization of what color do you paint it?
Orange goes with the dice.
You're all like covered in dirt and grime and grease, like barely awake. looking at this like horrible car monstrosity you've created and just being like, what color? What color is our new machine?
Do y'all like red? I got some blood. I show my
Not
I showed him my glass.
It's up to Susie, it's her vehicle.
Well, what's your favorite color?
My bike is staying the way it is.
That's not what I asked.
His
you.
bike is dwarf colored. It's the color of dwarves.
Yeah.
I like him.
So it's brown.
We'll paint it, I don't know, let's think. We're gonna be in the desert, right? I think a good old, kind of like, we could do some maybe camo mesh, maybe. Try to make it a bit harder to get a good shot on if someone tries coming at us.
I don't think that they'll miss us coming at them.
Anything to make it harder on the all of that.
We could paint it white. I like milk. That's white.
Yeah, you could just leave it sort of scrap metal unpainted for maximum intimidation.
Maybe we could paint it red for intimidation.
That's been 2 votes for red.
Yes. 2 for red? You guys like red?
Yeah, I got some blood. You can use some
That's
blood.
We
blood.
don't use red. I mean, we don't have to use blood. I mean, blood's gonna be more of like a mahogany color, you know? I tried that once. It didn't look too good. It smelled awful too. Oh my god.
I'd like to look around, see what kind of paints they got in the shop.
It appears that they were indeed previously the previous owners of this this particular shop, the Guffos, had not planned on painting their car red. Their car seems to have been a shade of blue, but you're able to flag down a passing garage worker who brings you a couple tins of red paint and some airbrushes and says, on the house, please just clean up the landmines.
Yeah. You got a little bit of white in there too?
Sure, yeah, anything. Just, again, like, please clean up the landmines.
Thank you.
Oh right, we forgot the fucking land.
Oh, I forgot about it.
How do you forget about bloody lawn mines?
Alright, Marissa, go get your babes.
Go get them.
I deactivated my babies.
Stow them.
You put them away too. I don't think they trust that.
I put them where they were, in my bag. My baby bag.
So, as you stow your landmines and your newly repainted nightmare racing machine glistens in the sun, you realize that it is give or take 24 hours till race day, and that you are ready to compete in the gold line. And given, well, okay, question: how are we doing energy level wise? Are we good to keep going, or do we want to call it there?
I'm good to keep going if you are.
Might as well, though I'm gonna probably take a shower soon.
I hope you...
Actually,
yes.
one thing, if we keep going, but actually, no, let's hear everyone else real quick, that I'll talk about in gameplay. Kloth, keep on.
What?
Are you ready to keep? Are you good to keep going?
No, I'm good.
Coop?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, I feel like we gotta do some snooping around, now that we've gotten our vehicle, we gotta do some more snooping around, see how things are going in.
Definitely.
Nancy is, you know, because people, we still have a job to do, aside from the race.
We sure do.
Yeah, you can. You have this conversation, having all like slept in till noon, and gathered some breakfast / brunch from food stalls in the area. You're sitting around admiring your brand new car, and and strategizing where to go next.
we got to keep getting an eye at least at the very least. No, we could still talk to her too. She just doesn't want to know that it's with her dad at the very least too. We should at least.
I was thinking we kind of scope out some of the other races here at like the at this area because we already kind of know what like the lower town people are like. Why don't we check out what the more snooty upper class people are thinking about the other races?
I don't. Well, we got all we're getting paid to do here is make sure Yancey gets through this alive, regardless of that.
That's true.
So far, the after your performance last night, the other patrons of the place haven't really been bothering you too much. They seem to be keeping a wide berth about your station, even after you cleaned up the landmines that were everywhere. Yeah, you certainly, there are dozens and dozens of garage spots in this in the your own and Son stables. So you could certainly ask around and get some info, make some friends.
All right, I gotta take a shit real quick, so I'll do that and then get back. You guys can just keep going.
He said it in game, just to be sure.
Yeah,
it's a diegetic shit. But yeah, what would you like to do? Do sort of poking around, gathering info, if that is your plan.
Well, I could try to go to what's the name of the thing? Glue? A glue shop?
Yes.
I want to go to a glue shop.
Okay. Why do you want to go to a glue shop?
So I can get glue.
Yeah, no, you can. You don't even need to roll for it. You've got lots of money. You can buy several large tubs or tubes of extremely potent glue. I just want to know what you want to do with them.
I just want some glue. Different types of glue, not just one.
I'm really scared. I'm scared, Kloth. You're not supposed to tell the GM, don't worry about it. That's not how it works.
Don't worry, just some glue. Some different types of glue. You know how it is.
Alright, yeah, so after lunch, Marissa excuses herself and returns with several shopping bags full of tubes of extremely powerful glue, and will not elaborate on what they are for.
I'm gonna try and disguise myself as somebody else and try and like get what the other racers think of Yancey.
How do you disguise yourself? Is
Well,
your
I go
cloak
back.
under it?
No, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to my ship. I'm gonna grab a 10-gallon hat and a very large pair of cowboy boots and what I imagine most of these racers, standard clothing that I think these people will be wearing.
Yeah.
And go over to them.
Overnight, somebody has graffitied "Fuck off, Jhonniebird" on your ship again. You can still see the slightly faded areas of 5 or 6 previous times when similar things have been spray painted on your ship.
Oh man, I always love the kind reception I get.
Yeah, slightly dressed up. Seeing you try to put on a 10-gallon hat over your giant spiky mohawk is like a wonder to behold.
So I'm gonna kind of saunter, trying to look fancy over to the other racers. Like, hi partners, how are you doing?
Oh my god, is that Jhonniebird wearing a 10-gallon hat? Quick, someone give him some money, maybe he'll go away.
That's ridiculous. I'm not Jhonniebird. Jeffrey Dog.
Oh, yes, I see, Mr. Jeffrey Dog, is it? I take it, you're one of the, you're part of the, race crew that, took on ownership of spot number 35 yesterday evening?
Sure.
Well, you have a very distinctive odor. I would recognize it anywhere, sir.
No, oh, well, sorry. I fell under a tree full of pigeons that shat on me.
Yes, tragedies of spending too much time in nature. It is a filthy place.
Anyways, I want to ask y'all a question. What do you think of that that bitch Yancey?
I beg your pardon. You realize pretty quickly, Jhonniebird, that they're basically like more amused by this conversation than actually taking you seriously. But as long as they're struggling really hard not to laugh, they're still willing to talk to you. So you figure you might as well go for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I heard she is the apple of that. What's his name? That Eurona, she's the apple of his eye, being his daughter and all.
Well, word on the street is she has rather a decent shot. Her machine's incredible, and given a showing last year, I'd say she's got a pretty decent chance. Though, if you ask me, you didn't hear it from me. I wouldn't bother. No, sorry. I would absolutely go over and talk to her. She's not at all a prima donna, and definitely the kind of person you want to make friends with. You know, I've heard she just loves being called Yan Yan by strangers. I think if you did that, you two would quickly become the best of friends.
Oh, well, I'm always shy around. I'm quite unlike that dashing bloke Jhonniebird. Unlike that dashing bloke Jhonniebird, I'm a bit shy around women. I wouldn't approach her.
Oh, I see. Well, I think if you are looking for information, you might talk to her directly, or have some intermediary talk to her directly. But I'm afraid I'm not personally acquainted with the woman. Just know her by reputation.
That's unfortunate. I'm gonna put my hands like sort of in a stereotypical cowboy pose and walk away from him.
Rest your hands on the revolvers you're not carrying, and mosey. All right. Oh my God, it's perfect.
This guy.
That art is great. Not Jhonniebird. Love it. Hold on just a second. I gotta add this to the Roll20 real quick. So, things you've learned. Not a whole lot, other than that lots of the locals think you're a big fucking weirdo.
Hey, nothing different for Jhonniebird.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh my god.
Whoop. Whoop.
Ooh. Oh Lord.
Great. Immortalized for future reference. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? Go call your target a bitch.
I would like to wander around, maybe loiter a little bit by Yanni's garage there.
It's easy to find. She is in garage number 1, the fanciest unit in the place. It's like like a multi-story unit that takes up like almost a quarter of the building. And there's an elaborate team of workmen sort of coming and going and working on this. Well, you can't actually see the car, but like judging by the sound of like hammering and clattering from inside, and the fact that they seem to have at least 2 or 3 backup cars being tuned outside, this is a pretty elaborate operation. And as you sort of approach and wander around, there's like a small group of spectators sort of watching, and in some cases even taking notes. But you are. You see pretty quickly they've got like cordons up and some fairly obviously armed security goons just kind of patrolling, keeping people from getting too close.
I'd like to go join the crowd.
Interesting. Can I try something?
Yes.
I want to go where the security is, which I think is where Yana is. What's her name?
Yancy.
Yeah. And I want to go to the security and say, big dudes, just like they want that bastard. Who are you? I point to around one.
Sorry, you cut out there? Can you say that again?
I point to a random guard and I say like, who are you?
We're currently under contract as security for Miss Yaron. What's it to you?
What's your name? What's your name?
I don't see why that's entirely relevant.
What's your name, little dude?
Little. My name's Douglas Brick. Can I help you?
What? Excuse me? What?
Look, Miss. Jesus Christ.
Accept. Get out. Get out.
Hey, who the fuck do you think you are coming up to me like? Yeah, I'm gonna need backup over here. Got a troublemaker in the crowd.
Yeah, coward. We got a little coward over here, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you will gonna need backup when I'm done with you.
Ma'am, are you threatening me, ma'am?
That's right. No, I'm not threatening. This is a promise. This is a damn promise. You can bet on it.
So you see like several other security guards like looking over and approaching, and they have big sticks. Come
on! I can take you all. Come on.
Look, miss, I'm not gonna step across this cordon. You would lose in a fight against me. Let's be real here, miss. I have no particular desire to beat the ever-loving shit out of you right now.
Are you scared? Are you scared?
Roll me provoke, please.
Roll what?
Provoke.
Where's the app? Well.
Holy shit.
Damn. Yeah, the guards seem a little bit more amused than they are like actually willing to straight up attack you, but there's now like 3 or 4 security guards standing on the other side of the safety fence, like arms crossed, watching you. And the first guard, Mr. Brick, says, yeah, I think you're just all talking, miss. Tell you what, why don't you, fuck right out of here and leave us to do our jobs, please.
Let's go. You think I'm all talk? Let's go. That's fine. I'm right here. Come on. I'm waiting. I am waiting.
One of the guards sort of whispers something in another guard's ear and pulls out an electric stun gun and points it at you and says, you have, give or take 5 seconds, ma'am, before I make your day quite unpleasant.
Before. You think I haven't been tased before? Come on. Shoot. I know you won't. I know you damn won't.
The security guard tases you.
Well, okay. Can I roll for physical?
Yes, you can roll for physique to avoid taking stress for this.
Well, I guess not. I've been tased before.
What are you gonna do?
Stab me.
Yeah, you managed to stay on your feet, though it's not a pleasant experience.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Yes. Well,
Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Fucking A.
Huh?
Did you just
Pussy.
get back, Arbiter?
I've been back for like 5 minutes, yeah.
Oh god.
Come on. I ain't done yet.
so now that you've just like tanked getting stunned, the the expressions on their faces are going from like more from like irritation to genuinely being kind of impressed. And Mr. Brick, the first guard you started intimidating, says, "Holy shit! Okay, well, look, I'm still not gonna cross this barrier and fight you, but tell you what, I'm gonna give you a business card. If you're ever looking for work, the company's interested in the kind of people who can
Give me that. I take the card, and I look him right in the face, and that's fucking right. Where's Yana? And where's Yana?
You're not getting in to see Miss Your Own.
Yes, I will. I'm her bodyguard.
Actually,
Or
you know
whatever
what?
the hell the name is.
I actually, you know, I hate to interrupt this too, but I do need to bolt right now.
Oh.
My mom called, my parents called me, and they're like, you gotta go pick up your fucking sister now. And I'm like, bruh. Have her boyfriend doing it. Like, no.
Okay.
Right, so I gotta bolt. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to cut it here in the middle of something that's hilarious.
No.
But,
No, we'll finish this scene and wrap up for the night.
yeah,
That's okay.
I gotta bolt. See you guys.
So yeah, you're outright telling the guard you are Yancey's bodyguard?
Actually, can I say, before she does that, can I roll a notice check to like kind of cover her mouth as she says bodyguard?
Yes. Go for it.
I'm
I do have to say, Kloth, Marissa going up to her bodyguards and being like, "No, I'm her bodyguard," is very in character. And I'm like, "What you?"
Yeah, I just wanted to start some shit. It was getting so boring. I wanted to start some shit so badly.
Well, it's very funny, so I appreciate it.
I love starting shit, especially in roleplay.
That's 4 because I have +3 to
Okay.
notice.
Yeah, you were able to cut Marissa off right before she tells the bodyguards that she is a bodyguard.
I want to lick his face. This hand.
I'm used to it.
It tastes like birds.
Tastes like bad shit, probably.
So,
What are you? I got silence. I had it enough. The little pussy.
You psycho bitch! I'm not sure whether I want to like slug this chick or like offer her a job.
Do both.
Anyway, look, you're causing a commotion. We got other shit to deal with. If you're not going to evacuate and clear the area, like just wait. Are you people competing in the race? Is this some kind of scare tactic?
No.
What?
No.
No, are
of
you
course
retarded?
not. Of
What?
course not. Well, how
If
would
I
we
wanted
be
to
able
scare you,
see
you'd be crying on the floor.
Uh-huh.
You know
Okay.
what's my dad?
Big talk.
You
Move
know
along,
what that
folks.
is?
Move along.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Have a
That's
good
right.
one.
Pussy.
And with that valuable information gathering session, I believe that is where we will end session for the evening.
Valuable.
You've learned so many useful things about the competition.
You know, like
I'm glad the final bit to this was just complete insanity.
you know. We needed you know, yeah. You know.
Perhaps next session we will learn something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Or not.
Hey, we learned how to annoy her.
Yes.
With an annoying nickname.
Yes. You've learned that she's definitely cough not a prima donna, and definitely cough loves being called Yan Yan. So, for future reference.
That's how we get her attention during the race. Be like, oh, Yan Yan, over here.
Hey, Yan Yan, I'm driving here. Gabagool, I forgot about it. Anyway.
Was that Italian?
Yeah,
No, New York,
kind
yeah.
of, yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to stop recording and streaming now, but great first session, everybody. That was a hell of a time.
Thank you,
I'm
Vaughn.
glad you liked it. Yeah, that was
Thank
great.
you, everybody.